Hello and welcome back to Matt Hayes' Tottenham blog and today's watch-along for Tottenham's FA Cup clash at 8th tier side Marine. I'm joined by David Harris, aka the Irish Shade, for this one. It's going to be an entertaining afternoon, David. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, Matty. I can't wait for this. Look, it's the FA Cup. Magical things happen in it. So, look, hopefully we get a few youngsters out there today to keep us all kind of optimistic and tuning into the game, really. But yeah, no, look, it should be straightforward, easy win, Matty.
They're famous last words, and I'm sure, as Simon mentions, Leeds fans would have regretted saying that a while ago. But welcome, Simon, along to the stream. We've Kenneth, Sushant, Steve, channel member, and a new mod of the channel as well. We've the footballer, Mr. K, Alfie, these comments are flying, Martin, and Shane Fleming as well. Welcome to the stream, and 92 Flamethrower. We're going to have some members on here in about 15 minutes' time. So if you are a channel member, head over to the members only community feed, and the link will be there, and we'll be getting people in at about 4:05. If you aren't a channel member, hit that join button down below, and everything will be explained for you. And just a shout out to all of our members so far. We've Dalby Skills, Kyle Patrick Vineyard, DJ Samuel, Martin Mongan, Alan Clark, Saro Inul, Haytham Al-Batashi, James Watson, Paranormal Yid, Deck W, Ashley Chanel, Rob Hogan, Darrow Flanagan, The English Yid, Paul Markey, Arthur Everett, Jeremy Smith, and Ratty Star. So thank you to all of you who are channel members. It is hugely appreciated. And we've got nearly 50 people here in the live stream already. The English Yid saying, afternoon, Matt and David and Marcelo. Marcelo actually won't be joining us today, unfortunately. Looking forward to this, and I'm going for 3-0. Come on, you Spurs. David, look, we're all going to be confident about this one, but we start with a little line-up prediction so far. We were just chatting about it before stream. Who are you expecting to see in that starting 11 tonight?
Look, Joe Hart obviously in goals. I think it's a toss-up between him and Alfie Whiteman, Matty, but I think Joe Hart will be in between the sticks. Right back, I'm expecting Doherty to play. He's back from suspension. It'd be a good game for him to, hopefully get a bit of confidence, get going in the Spurs jersey. Hopefully today can be the starter. I know it's only Marine, but look, it'd be good for him to get a confident performance in the Spurs jersey. Centre back, I'd like to see Tanganga and Roden. I want to see what our future holds going forward in that position. So I do. They're the two I want to see. Left back, I think, look, it's a toss-up for me between Ben Davies and Dennis Sorkin. I think Mourinho will go with Davies. Look, Davies has played well the last few games, so why not? Then in midfield, I'd actually like to see Winks play on the right-hand side of centre mid, and Harvey White on the left hand side of centre mid. Harvey White is left footed. The Dynamite White is what I like to call him. Me and Marcelo like to call him Dynamite White. Look, he's a free kick specialist. I think we are going to get a lot of set pieces there, free kicks, corners. So it's going to be great to have him on the field. And look, he's my pick to actually make the grade at Tottenham and be the next one to come through, burst onto the scene. And then look, I play Dele Alli ahead of the two of them in the centre attacking midfield role. To be honest with you, Matty, I think if he doesn't start today, that just tells me his Tottenham career is over. As harsh as it is to say, it's the truth, it's reality. And look, out on the right hand side, I'd actually like to see Jack Clark given a run out. I do think it could be Lamella. I think that was dependent on a late test today. So look, if he passes that, I think he will play. Gareth Bale has been asking to play on the left. I think he'll play there. And then up front, surely it'll be Vinicius. But I know Mourinho said he was bringing one under-18 squad player with him, and I think that could be Dane Scarlett. Dane Scarlett as backup for Vinicius off the bench. The guy does have a lot of goals as well at the minute for the underage teams and that. So hopefully we see him.
Yeah, no, I think I was just going to mention that the kind of thoughts on who that would be, the under-18 player, it's either Dane Scarlett or Alfie Devine is the kind of general feeling about who that would be. So it could be either of them, but I fully agree with your lineup. We're going to see a lot of rotation. We're going to see, I think it kind of needs to be a mixture of youth players or of younger, inexperienced players, the likes of Tanganga, Roden, Harvey White and all that, along with kind of balanced the first team level players who aren't really getting into our team, so the likes of Dele Alli, Harry Winks, Ben Davis, Matt Doherty of late as well. I just do want to welcome Christopher W to the channel membership. Thank you very much for joining, Christopher. If you do want to come on here at about 4:05, we'll be taking members on for about half an hour. Head over to the members only community feed, and the link will be there for you, and we'll get you on as soon as we possibly can. And as well, the subscribers are already flying up with this stream. We're about 5 minutes in, and we've got 3 new subscribers already. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to go down and smash that subscribe button for more live watch-alongs like this and general Tottenham content. And as well, head over to the Irish Shade channel. Will be linked down in the description below. Let's get him to 700. He's closing in on that. Fully deserved as well. We've Inat Nurse as well joining the stream here. Welcome to the stream. I think I agree with your centre-back pairing there in Jaffa Tanganga and Joe Rodon. I'd absolutely love to see that happen. As you say, it could give us a bit of a glimpse into our future. And I think one player I would like to see as well is Jack Clark. There's talk of him being loaned out this January with Middlesbrough, Swansea and Stoke all interested in bringing him in. He's a player who's kind of shown he can to some degree do it at championship level. So hopefully he can start getting into our first team. And I know Gareth Bale, he said if he passes fit, he'd like to travel. And Patrick Bamford was on the new Leeds TV podcast recently, and he was saying he was speaking to Dele Alli after the game against Tottenham, and Ali said he thinks he should be starting this one, and he's targeting this game as one he could potentially get in the first team. And you were saying if he doesn't play, it could be the end of his Tottenham career. But I think that a bigger concern, I suppose, for me was if he did play and he had an absolute stinker. Do you think that could also signal the end to his time at Spurs?
Yeah, 100%. Look, the guy has to play. He has to perform today. And look, some of the games he has actually played or come off the bench, for me, he actually has done well. But look, if he doesn't stand head and shoulders above these today, it's very concerning. To me, it's more than an attitude problem. But like, if he doesn't feature today, it's more Mourinho doesn't fancy him out and probably wants him out of the club, in my opinion. Because look, you don't want it to rumble on like the Danny Rose situation where there's sort of no agreement and then he's just left languishing there either. It's not fair on him, and look, it's not good for Tottenham either. So look, I think he will play today, and I'm expecting good things from Dele today. I think the way he plays will actually help us today against Marine, because look, he's not a regimented footballer. He's very much off the cuff. He likes to try his tricks and flicks. And today, like, if they do end up trying to sit back early on and sit men behind the ball, he's the sort of player that's able to draw them players out of the shape and everything else and create space. So yeah, look, I'm expecting big things from Dele today.
Yeah, no, hopefully he can kind of begin to show us that form that he showed so often in the earlier stages of his career. We just have a quick stat here. There's 161 league places separating Marine and Tottenham. So Spurs, of course, 4th in the Premier League, and Marine currently sits 6th in the Northern Premier League Division 1 Northwest. It's a bit of a mouthful, that one. But it represents the biggest mismatch in FA Cup history, 161 league places. Joe Sacramento was talking about this one, and he said about Marine, he said, it's not easy to arrive at this stage. If they are here, it's because they deserve it. We are guessing that these guys will play the match of their lives, and what we need to do is show respect to them. And Jose Mourinho said something similar recently when he said the biggest respect we can show to Marine is beating them. Is there any part of you, David, that's concerned about a potential cup upset in this one?
No, none whatsoever. What I say to all Spurs fans is basically, look, chill out, crack open your beers, you know what I mean? Get yourself get yourself a bag of jellies and a chocolate bar as well and enjoy this. There's going to be a lot to celebrate today. Hopefully I'm expecting a few goals. But look, Matty, Joe Sacramento and Mourinho, they have to kind of come out and say that, don't they? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, I'm sure he's sitting there saying, lads, just can't lose this. Do you know what I mean? But look, I will give Marine a little bit of respect, because look, I think they've played 7 games to get this far. Do you know what I mean? That's a lot. Like, and they deserve it. Like, they deserve all the tickets that they've sold. They deserve the TV revenue money. And yeah, look, for me, Matty, it should be an easy game. There's no concerns for me, none whatsoever.
Yeah, Marcelo there saying 7-0 to Spurs. The English is saying, I'm just hoping these players he puts out knows what this trophy means to this club and takes it seriously, and it will be good for the fringe players to show Mourinho today. And on Marine, like, we think we had it bad having to play Europa League playoff or Europa League qualifiers games. They had to do it for the FA Cup. They had to do it for domestic trophy, and their league season has been massively affected by the weather we've had in the last sort of month and COVID as well. They've only played actually 6 or 7 league games this season, so they could put a lot on this, but look, you might laugh at it, but I do think it matters that they're the highest scorers in this competition so far. They do know what it takes to put the ball in the back of the net, and I agree with David that we shouldn't have any problems here, but it's not as straightforward as going out and playing a team in the 8th tier. They're going to be up for this. They're going to be fit and fire, and we saw what Crawley did to Leeds a while ago, which I know is a very different situation, but it still matters. So look, and
as well, Matty, they've also won 13 of the last 14 games, so they are a team that's on very good form at the minute. So but look, at the end of the day, Matty, they are 8th tier. They are 8th tier. They're down there for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Look, there really shouldn't be a cup upset. If there's a cup upset, I'd be asking many, many questions today.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. There'd be way too many questions that would need to be asked. This is just the Marine players Arriving at the stadium about half an hour ago at this stage, and Marine, who we were selling the virtual match tickets, they've sold 23,000 virtual match tickets for this one, which is more than double their highest ever attendance, which is absolutely outstanding for them, and raising a lot of money. At a tenner a pop, that's at least £230,000 raised. And also we've sponsors with Jamie Carragher sponsored them, and of course their regular sponsors as well. I know Cartilage Free Captain held a fundraiser, and they're the short sponsor for today. So this is a massive one for Marine. In terms of how much money they're going to get out of this one. And isn't that just the magic of the Cup, David? A team in the 8th tier, sitting 6th, part-timers, part-time footballers, and here they are up against a team who a year and a half ago were in a Champions League final, potentially playing against the likes of Gareth Bale, Harry Kane, Heung-min Son. If they are on the pitch, you would assume they're not. But it doesn't this just sum up the magic of the FA Cup and what it does hold?
Yeah, 100%, Matty. Look, it's the magic of the FA Cup. I think the player that scored their winner in the extra time game over Havant to Waterlooville to get to be able to draw us is a school teacher by day. Do you know what I mean? So, all that, the FA Cup, as much as people give out about and the big teams don't really take it seriously, this is the game of their lives for some of these lads. This is something, don't forget, they've given a lot to football. They train just as much as everyone else does. And to be able to be rewarded with a game against Gareth Bale, like you said, Champions League finalist, coming up against players like that, look, it's definitely something for them to remember. And look, as much as people give out about the FA Cup, this is what it does. This is what it does. It creates headlines. It gives people exposure. And look, it's massive money for Marine, especially after everything that happened this year. It's absolutely massive money for them. It'll probably keep them going for at least another year or two anyway, if not more. And it'll be able to help them improve things around the ground, training pitch-wise, maybe a new kit, something like that. So it's absolutely massive for them. It's huge. And I'm delighted for them.
Yeah, it's great that us Spurs fans have been able to kind of play our part and support them. And I've bought a few virtual match tickets for this one. It's a great way to support them. Spurs fans did the same with Leighton Orient earlier in the season when the EFL Cup game was called off. So it just goes to show what can happen when people do come together. And even on my own channel, I held a fundraiser on deadline day, and we raised over £500 for the Justin Edinburgh Society. So the Spurs fans are definitely a generous bunch. David, just we're waiting here for the lineups. Do you want to give a quick plug to your channel and let people know what's coming up soon on the Irish Shade?
Yeah. Look, make sure you get over to the Irish Shade. Look, it's basically a channel where I like to bring on members to have discussions with me. We do debates. I'm going to be doing debates every Friday on topics. So the one I have coming out this Thursday or Friday will be comparing Jose Mourinho to Pochettino's time at the club and that. So look, that's sure to be a good fiery debate. And then I also have a weekly segment coming out with you, Matty, where we do basically a news roundup of the week, basically. And basically what that entails is because it's January, of course, Matty will be doing a bit of on the transfer window. Then I'll be doing all the headlines surrounding the club and coming out of the club. Then we'll be doing a loan watch. And then basically I just give you the results of the under-23s, the women's team, and the senior men's team as well. And then also one that I'm very pumped about is Tell Me Your Spurs Journey. It's a new segment that I'll be coming out. I'll be releasing one a week where I interviewed like some Matty Hayes, We Are Tottenham TV. I have other special guests lined up, Marcelo and that. And basically they just tell me how they got into supporting the club, what the club means to them, most cherished memory, favourite player, goals, stuff like that. So look, that's sure to keep you entertained during the lockdown. And then also me and Marcelo will be doing a weekly show as well. And look, that seems to be taking off at the minute. People seem to like me and Marcelo together. So look, make sure you don't miss out. Get over and subscribe. I'm on 695 before I started today. So look, let's get me over to 700. The big drive for the 1K is on. I just want to say thanks everyone who tunes into Matty Hayes' channel, who's also gone over and shown me the support. It means a lot. And keep it up. Thank you.
Yeah, look, it's fully deserved. As he says, lads, get over there and get him to 700 subscribers. A lot of stuff there for you to look forward to get you through the lockdown. And straight away, we have the lineup announcement. It's looking like a 4-2-3-1, I would assume. And the big surprise, well, not surprise, but something I didn't want to see was Jedson Fernandez in there. The team is Joe Hart starting in goals. We've Matt Doherty, Toby Alderweireld, Joe Roden, and Ben Davis across the back four. Davis wearing the armband today. In the 4-3-3, this is looking like, apologies. It's Musa Sissoko, Harvey White, and Jedson Fernandez in the middle of the park. And then maybe Dele and Lucas either side of Carlos Vinicius. There's a few different formations that could be there, but I suppose the big ones is Ben Davis wears the armband. Harvey White starts, but so does Jedson Fernandez. On the bench, we have Paulo Gazzaniga, Davinson Sanchez, Japhet Tanganga, Sergio Reguilon, Alfie Devine, the under-18 player that has been brought up today, Tongan Dombele, Jack Clark, Gareth Bale, and Heung-min Son. And as Roger here says, Kane, or maybe not all those left at home, but Kane has been left at home. Bergwijn has been left at home. There's no Højbjerg. Reguilon is there. No Eric Dyer. No Toby or Alderweireld starts, and no Hugo Lloris. So quite a few first-team players not even travelling today. So David, what do you make of that lineup?
I'm actually shocked to see Toby Alderweireld out there. I'm kind of a bit disappointed that Tanganga's not starting. But look, it is what it is. Josie obviously put him out there for the experience, to kind of look. So just looking at that sort of lineup, it does mean he's not taking the Marine for granted. As well, it's good to see Roden get a start. Marcelo will be absolutely delighted, but he'll be raging as well. He's in work, so he won't be able to kind of watch the game. So he'll be absolutely sick. Ben Davies, I thought that was going to happen. Sissoko, no, Winks actually. That's very interesting. Very interesting.
I didn't even realise that. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that, Matty? No Winks, no Harry Winks.
It's a surprise, to be honest, and there's a lot of talk coming out of Spain that Harry Winks is actually in discussions to join Valencia, potentially on a permanent deal, when we initially thought that was going to be a loan deal. I wasn't taking too much notice of it because it was coming from Diario in AS. And look, it's definitely one to keep an eye on as the transfer window goes into kind of the thick of it now with no Harry Winks in this one. I would assume it has to be down to some sort of transfers, because I don't see any other reason why Harry Winks wouldn't be involved in this one. Especially with Jedson Fernandez being selected over him, when Jedson, as we know, is just waiting for confirmation for him to return to Portugal. Jake Roth saying, excited to see Harvey White play, hope to see Clark too. It's good to see you in here, Jake. Danny saying this is more than enough to win. Mr. K saying, I suppose it should be strong enough. Flamethrower saying, I would have preferred Clark instead of Jedson. Jonty saying, come on the Irish shit, I want to hear you screaming today, boy.
You'll hear that, don't worry. I never disappoint. That's one thing I don't do on these live watch-alongs, Matty, is I don't disappoint. I even go out and change my name and put in a capital I for people.
You do. You always give the fans what they want. We've Derek Hiley, a friend of mine, an Arsenal fan, saying Harry Winks can't even make it against a couple of part-timers. Well, look, he'll be gone soon. We can't worry too much about that. Mr. K saying,
a lot of Spurs fans with tissues if Harry Winks leaves. A lot of them will be crying.
Yeah, they definitely will. Look, it may need to be done. Winks stuck in the taxi. He can't figure out how to release his safety belt, says Mr. K. In that nurse saying, get Jedson out of my club. By the way, it's a strong lineup. It is. And look, we'll be taking channel members now. So if there are any members in the live chat right now who want to come on and have your say here, just head over to the members only community feed, and the link will be there for you to hop on here and have a chat with me and David about this game. Shane saying, what was the Jedson issue? He's just an atrocious footballer. I don't see another way to put it, really. We loaned him in from Benfica last January with an option to buy for 55 million in the summer. I don't think that'll be triggered, and there's almost confirmation that he will be returning to Benfica as soon as they can get an agreement with Spurs to see him go back. Mike Naylor saying this game won't be easy on the small, uneven pitch. It will take time getting used to, but Spurs should soon acclimatise and take control over time. An early goal will help us to make them come out. Danny saying too reactionary. Just because Winks is not starting this game doesn't mean he's out the door. No, I'm not saying it's just because he doesn't start this game. I'm saying it's because of everything that's gone on with him just not getting in the team. Mourinho isn't a fan of him, and all the talk in the press about him leaving. It's not just because he's not starting here. And look, we'll bring in our first member here. It's Simon, the English Yid. Simon, how are you getting on?
How's it going, guys?
How are you, Simon?
David, you right?
What do you think of that lineup, Simon?
Yeah, I think it's a good. I think it's a good lineup. Apart as you said there, Matt, Jensen. I thought this guy was on his way out.
Yeah, I think he still is, to be honest. But it's an interesting thing that he's put in there. But are you happy to see Joe Rodon getting his start? Yes,
absolutely. I've been waiting for him since that little start against Chelsea, and I think this guy is going to be a great. He's going to be a good player for Tottenham.
Yeah. Are you excited to see Harvey Dynamite White play today?
Yes. As you said there, David, I think this guy is going to be special. If Josie just looks after this guy, I think this guy is going to be an absolute star for Tottenham. He's specialist on free kicks and all that. He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, this guy.
Yeah, I think Marcelo's another guy who'll be really happy about seeing him in there. But Simon, we've been talking about Dele Alli, and his future at Spurs is in a lot of doubt. I think injuries could be helping him if he's going to be staying beyond this January. But do you think this is a game where he needs to show his worth and he needs to get on the score sheet?
Definitely, Matt. I think this is the time that, as I said in my little comment there, guys, these players, I was hoping these players know what this means to the club, especially Dele. Dele should know he's been here a while now, and it's his time to show Jose what a great player he is.
Yeah,
of course, 8-time winners of this competition, and we're kicking off hopefully our hunt for 9 today. But look, what do you make of Lucas Moura starting and Jack Clark not starting ahead of him? Because look, Lucas hasn't really done too much in the Spurs jersey so far this year.
As I said, David, apart from his Ajax day when he got that hat trick, he hasn't kicked on from there, has he? I think. Do you know what I read, guys? I think being subbed for the final, I think that's really got to him. I think, and he's gone downhill since then, guys. I really have, and I think I wanted Clark to start today in front of him because I think Clark was good. Was it against the other team he played? He started the other day, Clark.
Against he didn't start against Brentford. He played, was it Ludogorets or Lask in the Europa League?
Yes, yes, and and I think this one, guys, it's another guy, guys. He's brilliant. Talent is there with that Clark, and I would have gone with Clark today instead of Lucas. Really. Yeah,
I think I was the same. I was looking forward to seeing him in the 11, but at least he's on the bench. Hopefully he can get on and show just what he's able to do. But on the bench, Simon, we have Heung-min Son, Gareth Bale, Ndombele, Reguilon, Sanchez. It's a really strong bench, and on one hand, it could be a bit of a question as to why there are so few youth players in there. But are you happy it's a strong bench that if things aren't going to plan, which they should be, but at least we have that sort of backup and that safety net if things do go awry?
It's good to have that safety net, guys, but that team, if we can't beat this team without bringing these big stars on, it's something wrong. I'm not disrespecting this team, but there is something wrong, guys. If we need Son, Bale, and Ndombele to come on, I thought, this team has to show today. Absolutely.
Yeah, there should be more than enough in there. Just how do you think this game is going to pan out, Simon? Do you think Spurs it's going to be an attacking game from first minute to last, or do you think we need to, as the comment a while ago saying, we need to kind of feel out the game and see where we can hurt Marine, I suppose?
Yeah, I don't think there's no problem like playing defensive today, guys. We got to go from the go and literally get one or two quick goals, and I think then we'll settle down into the game. And I think if we do that, I think we'll win comfortable. I really do. I think we'll win comfortable. But as I said, the FA Cup always brings up a magic, guys, isn't it? Always brings up these. And I've said
we already had that today with Crawley v Leeds.
Leeds, that's it.
Be 2 in one day.
Leeds. Going out to Crawley. And that was quite a strong Leeds team. That's what I'm saying against Crawley, and that's what I'm saying. You can't take it. You can't take it light. And these players have to know we can't take this light, and we've got to go out and win this today. They've got to show Mourinho what they want.
Mm-hmm. And if you had to give a score prediction for this one, Simon, what would you say?
I said 3. I said 3-0. I'm gonna keep to that. 3-0.
Are you not more enthusiastic about that? No, do you not think we should be beating these by more?
Yeah, David, I said we should. I saw Marcelo say 7. Yes, we should be pumping these teams by 6, 7. But realistically, David, it always turns out to be only 3 or 4. Do you know what I mean? So you are correct there, David. We should be pumping these 6, 7. But it's Spurs, isn't it? It's Spurs.
Exactly. That's the biggest concern we have. But anyway, Simon, thanks very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the game. And as always, thank you so much for your support on all of our channels.
Matt, thanks for having us on. And David, I'll catch you soon, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
See you, Simon. Thank you.
See you.
Cheers, guys.
Everyone, put down in the live chat now your score predictions for this game. We have a few coming in there, but we have nearly 200 people watching now. So all of you get that score prediction in the live chat, and we'll see what the general feeling is here at the moment. Eunice is saying 6-0. Steve saying this should be 7 or 8. Football fans saying 7-0 as well. David, do you think we will see kind of 6, 7, 8-0, or do you think Simon is right in that these ones usually end up being about 3 or 4-0?
Yeah, look, Matty, back in the day when I was growing up watching football, there was no mercy. It would have been 6-7, 8-0. They would have kept going. But look, there's a lot of respect in football now. And as well, look, I think once we do go 3 or 4-0 up, look, we're not going to go out there and try and embarrass these lot either. You know what I mean? So I think it will be around 3 or 4-0, just going off like football results nowadays. You know what I mean? But look, if it was about, 5-10 years ago, we would have battered these. This would have been 7, 8, 9, even 10-0. Could have been double figures. But yeah, no, just the way football is nowadays, and all the respect that's shown, I think it'll be about 3-4 now.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think it would be nice to see that 13-2 win we had against Crewe Alexandra way back when, but I don't think we'll be seeing anything like that. Take a deep breath. There's a lot of score predictions coming in here. Simon is saying 5-1. Nikolai is saying 11-0. Danny and John both saying 4-0. Mr. K saying 2-1 by halftime, 4-1 finish. Steve says 8-0. Rafa says 6-0. Aaron Fernandez says 5-1. Risky Void 7-0. Flamethrower 3-0. Saga 03 5-2. Risky Void saying 7-1. Dolby Skills, new channel member, saying 10-0. John Fitzpatrick saying 12-0. And Freddie Harris saying 3-0. Now, I all hope those are wins for Spurs, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few in there saying it could be Marine getting themselves a nice win. Cole as well saying 4-1 to Spurs. Caleb here making a good point. If we start early, we could smash them. Freddie as well saying that the first goal is important. Do you think if, let's say, Spurs get an early goal, or maybe get an early 2 goals, do you think that will give us the kind of confidence we need and the license to go out and try and score 6, 7, 8, 9 goals? Or do you think that allows us to take the foot off the pedal and just kind of coast through the game?
No, look, Matty, if I was these players, especially some of these players out there starting the likes of Lucas, you have Ben Davies, Doherty. Look, I'm not going to put Sissoko in this bracket. Dele Alli, Vinicius. All these players are players that, like, if they want to be, like, we have a cup final coming up against City. And these players need to start kicking on now if they want to even be in contention. So if I was these players, I'd be going out there and I'd just be ruthless today. That's just my opinion. That's what I would be. And then you have the likes of Harvey White, who's looking to break into the first team. Like, you know what I mean? If Winks is going, like you say, now is Harvey White's chance. He's not going to get a better chance. There's a space there for him to be in and around the squad and make some appearances in games. And as well, like, look, I'm very confident this kid is going to have a good game today. I'm actually tipping him to score. Just looking at his stats for the under-23s, he tends to chip in with goals and score a few goals. But no, Matt, if I was these players, I would be ruthless today. I'd be looking to make an impression on Jose. And look, may say it's only Marine, but if we go out there and struggle against these, this is shocking. It's shocking. Yeah. Like, I'm not being funny. They should rarely even threaten our goals. We should be in control of the ball. Should be a lot of recycling the ball around from side to side. You know what I mean? A lot of balls into the box. Even the likes of Lucas. Look, if he has trouble up against their fullback today, and doesn't give anything like assists or a goal, well, then I'm afraid it's time to be looking at him to go as well. I said, it's a lot of these players have to make statements today. We have a cup final against City coming up. I'm sure they don't want to miss it. Yeah,
that's true. And just taking a look here at the Marine lineup. I doubt anyone knows any of these players here, but it's Passant, Solomon Davis, Joyce, Devine, Miley, Raven, Kingney, Hamami, Cummins, Hughes, and Barrigan. And I'm not even going to bother going through their bench because I probably shouldn't have done that anyway. It's not something that should be threatening Spurs in any way whatsoever. And we see Brendan there asking for the Spurs lineup. We'll just run through that one more time because there is one or two surprises in there. But Spurs start with Joe Hart in goal, what I assume is a 4-3-3. With Matt Doherty, Toby Alderweireld, Joe Roden, and captain Ben Davis along the back four. It's Musa Sissoko, Harvey White, and Jedson Fernandez in the middle with Dele Alli, I assume, playing on the left with Lucas on the right and Carlos Vinicius up front. It's definitely one that should get the job done. Steve is saying, something that's concerning me with the strong lineup, is there a risk that there could be some late and reckless tackles from Marine players and risk injuring our players? It's a very good point. It's a question worth asking. Paddy Short saying, I love the Irish Yids accent. David, are you concerned about the likes of maybe Toby Alderweireld picking up an injury, Musa Sissoko as well? Or is that just a concern that you have for every game?
No, look, at the end of the day, Matty, they're professionals. Like, if I was a player in their situation, I'd want to be playing week in, week out. It's what you live for. Do you know what I mean? It's your living at the end of the day. But look, obviously there's more concerns to the likes of Toby Alderweireld and Sissoko there. They're two players I definitely wouldn't want getting injured today. Look, I make no mistake about it. Look, Marine are going to want to fight for today, but I don't think they're going to come in with malicious challenges because at the end of the day, like, they're not the last thing they want is a sending off at the end of the day. That's the last thing they want. So I can't see it. Like, as much as we might show them a bit of respect, I'm sure they're going to show us a hell of a lot of respect as well. Look, it's a risk you take in any game. It doesn't matter whether you're playing United, City, or any of the top teams, or any of the lower league teams. It doesn't matter. Injury can happen. You can even get injured climbing out of bed in the morning. You can pull your hamstring or that. You know what I mean? Pull your brain. Yeah. So, no, look, it's not really a concern to me.
Thomas here is saying 4-2-3-1 with Jedson on the wing, which is actually a good shout.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't see that at all. Do you think it's going to be that, David?
Yeah, I think you might see. Yeah, 100%. That's what I was thinking as soon as I seen it. But it'd be interesting to see whether Lucas goes on the left and Jedson on the right, or the other way around. I think it will be Lucas on the left. I think that's what we've seen against Stoke. So I think you see Lucas on the left and Jedson on the right. If I was Mourinho, because don't forget he did try Jedson out on the right a couple of times as well, or early in his Spurs career. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, look, there's a lot we can do with that formation, which is good. You know, it's good news. You can play a 4-2-3, you can play a 4-2-3-1. Even if you want to rest some players, you know, Jedson has played at right back for us, and he's been equally terrible in every position he's played. So it wouldn't really matter kind of what position he is out on that pitch.
Just on the Jedson thing quickly, Matty. Like he was a player that, like, he fell out of favour. I think it's Benfica, is it?
Yeah, Benfica.
Benfica, yeah. So he fell out of favour with Benfica. So for me, it was never a case of us ever going to pay the money to sign him permanently. I think it was to see if he could come in and do a stopgap sort of role, and it just hasn't worked out. I don't think we were ever that serious, to be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, I hope we weren't. If our scouting team looks at him and thinks he might be worth £55 million, there'd definitely be questions asked there. But Athelson is saying Irish Iad's accent is pure Irish, but the way they say three has always triggered a little joke from me.
We'll always your accent, Matt? You're Irish as well.
Yeah, is my accent? This isn't good. This isn't good. Anyway, let's get in our second channel member, Lily White Lane. How are you getting on?
Hi guys, how are you doing?
We're all good.
How are you
good,
man?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, thank you. Looking forward to the game.
Yeah, who are you looking forward to seeing the most?
Pardon?
Who are you looking forward to seeing the most today?
Probably Harvey White. He's a player that I've been banging on about for a long time as a youth. I've seen what he's done before, and I think he's fantastic. So I'm really, really excited to see him get a start. Really hope he can impress. One player that I am a little disappointed in is Gedson Fernandes. I get that we are playing against Marine, but I still do not rate him whatsoever, and I would never ever play him in any team. I wouldn't play him for Joker FC if I'm being honest. I just don't like him.
Yeah, I think it's a concern as well that he is probably going back to Benfica in the coming weeks. So you'd wonder why he has gotten in ahead of, as David mentioned, the likes of Harry Winks. What do you think it means for Winks that he hasn't made the cut today?
Honestly, maybe it's probably one of two things. If I'm being honest, it's one that Jose's actually resting him for the Villa game if that still goes ahead. Or probably maybe he may have fell out. But if I'm being honest, I think Winks may be being saved. He's played well the past few times. Jose's played him in the Prem and in the past few cup competitions. So yeah, I think it's honestly that. I don't think there's any issues brewing or anything like that.
Yeah, hopefully that is the case. But what is your feeling on Harry Winks? Do you think he's someone who can kind of improve our team in the future? Do you think he's a good addition now, or do you think we should move him on?
It's a tough one for me because I've been saying for a long, long time he's simply not good enough for Tottenham. I'm sick of letting him off for these bad performances in the past just because he's a homegrown boy. But then recently in these past few games we saw against Leeds, he actually turned up. He's putting in some good challenges, pressing high as well. So it all depends. I think we give him a few more games, see how he performs, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I personally, Lily White Lane, I actually think it's a myth that he played well against these. Like, you look at some of the passing stats, he's the lowest passing completion rate out of the outfield players with Tottenham. Like, Doherty had a shocker, and even he had more pass completion rate. And this is why people say he should be in the team because of his passing. So for me, it's a myth. I actually think, look, for me, the reason why Sissoko plays is because he's better. Look, I know Harry Winks got an assist against Stoke, but so did Sissoko. But no one praised Sissoko. Everyone praised Harry Winks, but like if you're talking about Harry Winks and his passing, it should be expected from Harry Winks. So you should be praising Sissoko, not Winks. I just personally don't think he's good enough, and I think Matty, you could be along the right lines that if them rumours are true, he could be on his way out.
Yeah, I think, look, it is from Diario. They're not the most reliable source out there, but everyone gets the story right sometimes. It's not the most surprising thing, really, that Harry Winks could be going to Spain, where the football is just a lot slower. And I think it would really suit him over there in a team of Valencia as well, who are kind of up and down at the moment. He could be a good player to come in and kind of relax that midfield. But Lillywhite, Carlos Vinicius gets a start today. It's been a while since we've seen him get in the team. He's 3 goals and 3 assists in the Europa League. Are you happy to see him get an opportunity here in a domestic competition?
Yeah, very happy to see him. He's a player that I do rate. He's only had a few appearances in the Europa League games, and from what I've seen on him, he's actually quite clinical on goal. He's good assists. Can pass the ball around well, knock it about. Rarely gives away possession. So I think he's more of he's a striker, but I do think his positional play isn't the greatest, if I'm being honest. And sometimes he'll go down the wing instead. Sometimes he'll, drop back when there's no need to. So I don't think he's the greatest at constantly staying in position. But I do think he's clinical on goal. And I think he's a very good player, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, quite pleased to see him start.
And what do you make of Ben Davies being picked as captain ahead of Toby Alderweireld?
I disagree with it. I think Toby's by a country mile our best centre-back in the whole club right now. I think without him, Dyer would really struggle. I think Dyer, the issue is with Dyer, he's a commanding centre-back and he's very good at what he does, puts in some good challenges, good defender, but he constantly gives possession away. He's like a human tennis racket, pass the ball to him, and it's a simple 5-yard pass and he can't do it. He'll just lob it up and give away the ball. So I'm actually quite happy to not see Dyer in his team, but Alderweireld, I'm very happy to see him, as I say, but, he should be captain over Davies by a mile.
Yeah.
And just it's we played a lot of defensive football lately, and this is definitely not a game where we should do that. But there's some people who wouldn't be surprised by Marino doing that. Do you think we're going to go out and attack in this one today?
I don't see the need whatsoever to go defensive against guys like Marine. I mean, to be honest, it might sound bad saying this, but I actually don't want to thrash them. So I actually feel bad for them, the amount that our community's done for them. So I'm predicting about a 3-0, 4-0. I reckon there's going to be some goals, but, this is their World Cup final. This is the biggest game in their club's history. So they're going to be very up for it, and they're going to be constantly going for us. But I do think the occasion will get the better of them. And as I say, we fielded some very good players. We fielded a very strong team, if I'm being honest. I thought, honestly, coming into this game, we'd field a lot more youngsters than we did. Players such as Dennis Sirkin, Jack Clark starting, just players such as that. And it's surprising me to see players such as Moore on there even as well. And Bale, we heard the rumours a few days before. And I'm pleased for him. Hopefully he can get a game time. Hopefully he can score a couple goals even in here. And I think it will boost his confidence massively.
Yeah, I fully agree with you there. And just before we let you go, do you want to give us your score prediction?
I'll go 4-0 Tottenham. 4-0.
4-0 Spurs. Confidence as always. We've some comments in here for you saying this young man knows his stuff. Simon is saying he's a young Matt Hayes. Nicole saying, Nicole saying very young, very well spoken and knowledgeable. Loads of comments here, loving this call. Do you want to just quickly before you go, there's 230 people watching. Do you want to give us a quick insight into what your channel is?
Yeah, so basically I own my own Tottenham channel, Lillywhite Lane. I produce content, match previews, match reviews. I do what I can. So if you can go over there, drop a sub on it, you'd be doing me a massive favour. So thank you all very, very much. And if you haven't already as well, subscribe to The Irish Id on YouTube and Matt Hayes quality content, as I said before.
Yeah, love it, lads. Everyone make sure to go over and check out Lillywhite Lane there.
Everyone.
Absolutely deserve the support. Fantastic call. Thanks so much for calling us again today. Talk to you soon.
Well done, big up.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on.
A comment there from Arsenal for Life, if I can find it, saying this is what I like about these fan channels. Everyone gets to have a say. It doesn't matter how old you are. Exactly. There's, as we just seen there, you don't have to be old to have knowledgeable insight into any sort of football team at all. So make sure to go over and check out Lillywhite Lane and subscribe to his channel as well. And as Mr. K says, smash a like, everyone. Smash a like in this video. We're at 81 likes already. Let's see if we can get to 100 before we get our next member in. And we're at nearly 2,000 watching again already. So please, everyone, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button for any content you could want from a Spurs YouTuber. We do watch-alongs, videos, breaking news videos, podcasts, absolutely everything. And go over and check out the Irish Id linked in the description below as well. David, we have a comment here from the English Yid saying, I would have gave Alfie Devine a start today, and with all the changes today, I think the balance won't be right, so I think it will be down to a flash of brilliance to win the game. Would you like to have seen someone like Alfie Devine or Dane Scarlett at a start today?
Yeah. Me personally, I would have liked to see Dane. Well, maybe not Dane Scarlett, because look, he is only a 16-year-old kid as well. So is Alfie Devine actually. Look, for me, I would have rather I would have left Son at home. I would have said, look, chill out, relax. Watch us. And for me, I would have liked to see the bench full of more youngsters. Me personally. But look, at the end of the day, we have squad players and they have to play. They have to play somewhere. And, so Mourinho's trying to give them a game. And to be honest, I accept it, because what he's trying to do, he's trying to keep them all involved. He's trying to give them all a game. He's trying to get them all going, breed confidence throughout the side. So no matter who we face, no matter who plays, it's just going to be the same thing week in, week out. So I can understand it.
Yeah, look, a fantastic comment here. Paul Kelly saying, stumble across you on YouTube. Liverpool fan, played for Marine as a kid. Like to thank all the Spurs fans who've helped Marine earn some money from this. Absolutely brilliant. Well, look, I'm sure all Spurs fans say we're very happy to help. And thank you very much for coming into the stream today, Paul. And we've a big man here saying, I'm a Marine fan. Good luck to us tonight. I don't think you will need the luck though. Yeah, I think the result for this one is probably written in the stars. But again, thank you so much for.
I want to big up the Marine fans. Fair play to them, especially even coming onto the Spurs channels, and we've a lot of respect for you. We've a bit of respect for your club as well. So thanks.
Yeah, I can certainly say I'll be following if I can remember the league name, the Northern Premier League Division 1 Northwest very, very keenly, keeping an eye on Marine and how they're getting on. David, about half an hour out from kickoff, and look, I think a lot of people are going to be watching this game and kind of hoping that Spurs mess up, and it's always the case. You want your Premier League rivals to have a little bit of a slip up. I'm sure we all enjoyed Leeds losing 3-0 to Crawley a while ago, but I think the only thing that matters, not because of that, but because of anything, is we just need to get the result over the line. So the performance isn't too much of a concern in any cup game, in my opinion. I don't think it ever matters as long as you get the win. But do you agree with that, or do you think we need a good performance to kind of boost the confidence going into potentially the game against Villa on Wednesday? I would have to wait and see if that one's going ahead. But or do you just want to get the next round?
Yeah, look, Matty, for me, if I had the youngsters, I would have said, look, a win is all that matters. But the fact that we've players out there that are look, Lucas Moura scored a hat-trick in the Champions League final or Champions League semi-final. Do you know what I mean? You have Toby Alderweireld out there, so experienced throughout his career. You have Moussa Sissoko, again, another one. He's been at a World Cup, this, that, and the other. So look, for me today, is if we did play bad, I probably would be a bit concerned considering the caliber of players we have out there compared to Marine. Look, today I want to see a good performance. I want to see a confident, commanding performance. But yeah, look, like you said, in cup games really it is all about getting over the line. It's all that matters. It's a one-off game, and a win is all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I certainly agree. Josh McDermott here saying, what challenges do you think Spurs could have today? Is there anything you think we should be concerned about going into this one?
No, look, I actually tried to do a bit of digging into Marine and how they play. I do believe they play a 4-3-3. But look, against us today, I'm not sure that will be the case. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, the only challenge we face ourselves today is making it harder on ourselves, giving them possession too easy. That's the only challenge we face today. And set pieces, of course, Matty. They're a huge problem, and if we concede one against Marine, someone needs to ring me up and get me in. I'll be the set piece coach.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we could be our own worst enemies today. A bit of overconfidence, a bit of naivety is the only thing that could present us any sort of a problem. But I don't think any of those problems would get us knocked out of this cup. I think no matter what happens, no matter how well or how poorly we play, I think we will be in the next round. And if we're not, big questions need to be asked. Nerfan is saying, what do you make of Jedson starting? Excited to see Harvey White play and control the midfield. Personally, I'm surprised and a bit upset to see Jedson in there, because if I think it's they're not even rumours at this stage. He will be returning to Benfica this January transfer window, and I don't think any Spurs fan would have objections to that. But I don't see why he would get the nod ahead of even if it is Harry Winks, as he could be being rested for the Villa game. But other midfielders there who, even if you're looking at the youth team, like Alfie Devine is on the bench, Jamie Bowden, a fantastic young midfielder. Maybe those players should have got the nod ahead of him. But look, I'm sure Mourinho has
that is if what you're potentially hearing about Harry Winks could be true, Do you think he's playing Jedson because, and we might end up keeping Jedson for cover, and that he's playing Jedson to try and get him going again if the Harry Winks thing is true?
It's possible. It's definitely possible, but I'd be concerned if that's the level of player we're looking at to be the backup in midfield. And I'm sure there is some sort of clauses in the loan contract to sign Jedson whereby he needs to play a certain amount of games. So it might even be out of our hands, him going back to Benfica. Benfica might be able to say, well, he had to play this many games by this period. He hadn't, so we're going to take him back. And they do want to kind of cut their losses a bit because his value just going downhill. And it's gone downhill rapidly, and they want to get him back in, even if it is just to sell him on again before things get even worse for him. Rob Hogan here saying the Marine social media manager has been outstanding as of late, called out Ian Wright, Alan Shearer and Gary Lineker to buy virtual tickets all today. And look, he's been absolutely exceptional. There's a tweet he put up earlier today talking about the team news, and he said Arsenal offered them Mesut Ozil on an emergency loan, but he turned it down because the bench was already chosen. And there's one he tweeted out more recently. Or where's it gone? It says, fact, Jose Mourinho has never beaten Marine AFC during his managerial career, which, look, it's true, but he's definitely having a fun time. He's enjoying the attention he's getting from this one, and deservedly so.
I love the fact that they're sitting there enjoying it. Do you know what I mean? I love the fact that they're sitting there enjoying it. Like we said, it's their World Cup final. The fact they're having a lot of fun with it, I love it. Fair play to them.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. THFC Gaming saying Gazzaniga should be starting. I feel that he's been overlooked this season, but he's a much better keeper than Hart. I think you feel the same in that one, David, don't you?
Yeah, look, I'm of the same opinion, but look, there's two ways I'm looking at this. One is the foreign player rule. Like, it's kind of like we have Joe Hart there for a reason. Look, Gazzaniga, for me, I'm of the opinion he is a better keeper, but as well, we have to remember that he's very good friends with Pochettino. He's from the same village Pochettino is in, from Argentina. He was at a lower league club in England, basically just doing nothing. When Pochettino came to Southampton, he signed him, and then when he went to Tottenham, he brought him on again. So I think it could be a case as well of Mourinho kind of not wanting that as well. So I think it could be a case of look, his Tottenham days are finished. I think. Yeah, it's sad,
unfortunate. Yeah, he deputised so well for Hugo Lloris for so long, and look, he had his errors. Every keeper does. That one against Chelsea kind of comes to mind straight away, but I don't know if it's kind of a sacrifice Spurs are making in the homegrown quota. It's probably goalkeeper's probably the best position to kind of have a lesser player in there because you don't often need your sub-keeper in important games. But look, we'd like to have seen it worked out better for Gazzaniga. Hey, saying, would you guys want Eriksen back at the club? Well, Celso out for a while. I think we need Eriksen. We have two very differing opinions on this stream about this one. But David, you don't want to see him back at all.
No, Matty, for me, look, he sold out when we needed him the most. We needed him the most when it came to the rebuild. He sold out. He ended up being a turncoat, and he wanted out. And just because it hasn't worked out at Inter, why should we allow him back anyway in the first place? Like, he came to Tottenham looking at it as a stepping stone. He was never, ever 100% committed to this club. He was always using Tottenham as a stepping stone. We're not a club you should be using as a stepping stone from now on. And we need to send out a message and tell him to go and find something else. At the end of the day, it's his own fault that it hasn't worked out, not Tottenham's. I don't want him anywhere near my club, honestly. I think we can do far better. And we have to remember as well, actually, sorry, I'm just going to keep going because this guy annoys me. Right, so he never bet a man from he never bet the first man from a corner kick, right? So anytime we got a corner kick, the centre-backs went up there and they knew there was no point in attacking the ball. They were just ready to jog back. As well, his free kicks were absolutely shocking. And he didn't play well for us for a good year and a half. What is making fans think that he leaves the club, he didn't even do anything for Inter, and that he's going to come back and all of a sudden play well when he didn't play well for a year and a half before he left?
Yeah, the only argument I kind of have against that is that he wanted to leave and he wanted out of the club when that was happening. And look, he started to realise the grass isn't always greener on the other side because it's been even worse for him at Inter Milan. And Rob Hogan here saying, hi David, Eriksen says, hi, do you want some match-winning assists? And I have a little graphic on this one with the stats that Christian Eriksen has provided. And I know, David, you're not a big fan of this one, but Premier League match-winning assists since 2015, Christian Eriksen is second on the list with 22, having not been at the club for the last year and a half. But 22.
Yeah, but all I would say there is, Matty, that they had to go back to 2015 because if they went from 2017 onwards, which they've probably done with the likes of KD, Kevin De Bruyne and that, he would be nowhere near it. So they had to go back to 2015 to try and make it look better.
Well, okay, it was Rob Hogan who found those stats himself. So, Rob, if you want to do it from 2017, let us know. We'll see how that one goes. But I think I agree with you that it wouldn't be as impressive. James is saying he'll come back with his tail between his legs, and Dolby Skills saying he can't get on a starting team in Inter. No way he should play for Spurs again. And Steve here as well saying, why do we want a player that isn't cutting out at Inter? Look, the general opinion, and when I did a live stream last Monday and I was asking fans about this, and it was an overwhelming no, we don't want him back. But I think he can offer us something if he's coming back in on loan. If it's a low fee, if Inter are going to cover some of his wages, I think in terms of backup players that could sorry, just 1 second here, backup players that could kind of offer us something. If it is going to be like the likes of this, playing an FA Cup game against a lower team, playing for 2-0, 3-0 up against Sheffield United in the league, can come on for the last 20 minutes. He does offer us something, and he has the quality there to do something, and it saves us having to go out and spend 15-20 million on a second string midfielder. So I think he can offer us something, but I do understand why fans don't want him back. Rob saying no, if you go from 2017, he's still top of the list of Spurs players, which is interesting, but I think it's a resounding no from Spurs fans in this one. And Island here saying we do need.
As much as Rob tries to convince me, he can give me all the stats he wants. I'm never going to be convinced. I don't want Ericsson back at my club. We're bigger than him now. We're better than him now, and I only want the best players coming to this club possible. We can do better than Ericsson.
Island here saying we do need a creative cam, and look, Marcel Sabitzer I think is our number one choice for that position. David, how important do you think it could be for us to get someone like Sabitzer in this window?
Yeah, do you know what, mate? I was actually raging about Szoboszlai off that other Red Bull team. I was raging about that because once his name was mentioned, I done a bit of digging into him. His quality has so much potential as well. But look, Sabitzer, the next best team, that's who I want. I like, as soon as I heard the links, I thought maybe it was a bit of I thought it was definitely never going to happen purely because they got through into the Champions League knockout stages. But look, his name keeps being banded around, and he's the one we want. Look, I'd rather give him a go rather than Ericsson. Like, people need to remember how Ericsson left our club. He didn't want to be there. He didn't give us anything. He didn't give nothing to us. He was playing to get out. So for me, Sabitzer is the man I want in. We do need a centre attacking midfield just to give us different options, whether we want to go 3 in midfield or whether we want to go 4-2-3-1. So yeah, look, for me, we definitely need one. If not Sabitzer. Who would you go and get if not Sabitzer, Matt?
If not Sabitzer, I don't think there's too many players we've been linked with that I would like to get it done. As I said, I agree with you. Dominic Szoboszlai was my number one choice. There are players in the Premier League I would like to see us get, but it's completely out of the question. The likes of Jack Grealish, James Maddison, James Ward-Prowse. I think I'd say, to be honest, maybe barring James Ward-Prowse and his ability from the dead ball, I think are a step below Marcel Sabitzer. But just because of where he's coming from, he'll just be so much cheaper coming from Leipzig. It's almost impossible to get a player of that quality from the Premier League without almost even smashing or transfer record. Here we have the Spurs players warming up on the turf at the Marine Travel Arena. Look, we can see Dele Alli there. It's going to be a very important game for him today. Vinicius finally getting his chance. And Finn Cooper is saying we've hit 100 likes. So thank you very much to everyone who has hit that like button.
Come on, let's get to 200.
Let's get to 200. Let's see if we can get to 200 before kickoff. We're about 20 minutes out. We got to, was it 250 in the last one, or 150 or 250 in the last one? The Fabrizio Romano was actually my most liked ever video. It had like 650 likes. So we know you're good at hitting that like button, lads. But look, speaking of that video, for those who don't know, I did a transfer interview with Fabrizio Romano last week on all things Spurs, including updates on Dele Alli, Marcel Sabitzer, Sergio Ramos, Milan Skriniar. I'm just going to play a little sneak peek from that one. Here's Fabrizio Romano telling us about whether or not Dele Alli will be leaving Spurs this January transfer window. Look, let's get down to business. The biggest question Spurs fans have at the moment is about the future of Dele Alli. And I know Pochettino, his first press conference with PSG today, he was asked about Dele Alli. PSG, a team who were interested in him last summer. Can you give us anything on Ali's future about whether he may be leaving Spurs this window?
Well, yes, for sure. Dele Alli, from what I know, is not happy, obviously, with the situation. He's not playing, so it's normal when a talented player, I love Dele Alli, so when you have the player like this that is not playing, it's normal that he's considering to leave the club, as I said many times, just because he wants to have space, to find space to play, and that's his priority in this transfer window. We will see if Paris Saint-Germain will move. At the moment, as you say, Pochettino is still waiting to understand the right strategy, but what we can say, it won't be easy to find an agreement with Tottenham, just because Daniel Levy as you know so well. It's never easy to make negotiation with Daniel Levy. When he wants to sell players, he wants exactly their value, and he's not changing anything. So it won't be so easy also to try for a loan, something like this. We will see if Paris Saint-Germain, if another club. I think in Italy it's so difficult because clubs are in a difficult situation here, and same with the Spanish clubs. Also Barcelona and Real Madrid are living in a difficult situation. So let's see Paris Saint-Germain or other clubs to move. And for sure, Dele wants a different second part of season. He's not playing, and he deserves to play, in my opinion.
So a bit of a worrying update there. Dele Alli does want to leave Spurs, but that full video is available on my channel right now. 30 minutes of transfers with a whole lot of talk about Tottenham. So make sure to go and check that out if you do want to. Christopher W here saying Gravenberch could be a good investment for the future from Ajax. And I don't know too much about him, but he is one that I've seen Spurs fans talking a bit about. I don't think it kind of fits into the kind of demographic of player that Jose Mourinho was looking for. But David, do you know Gravenberch? Are you a fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan. He's an absolute unit. The guy's huge as well. You think Sander Berg at Sheffield United's huge. This guy is huge. He'd be an absolute destroyer in the middle. And I tell you one thing, Matty, he's got a great long-range shot on him. And he's not afraid to let go either. So for me, I think he'd be an absolute excellent signing. But look, I've something here for Matty. Mourinho can sign me.
Oh, look at that. How do you play Cam as well? Jose Mourinho sign him. We know he watches these streams. We know he always listens to us on our tactical advice. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're getting a phone call sometime soon, David. We have our new Cam, David Harris. MHDF here saying Bale has barely been 100% fit for us now. He needs time. And there's been a lot of reports in the last week or so that Spurs are unhappy with Gareth Bale. They want to let him back to Real Madrid at the end of the season. They won't be extending his loan. There's also talk at Real Madrid also wanting him back to try and sort out this problem that he's having. Do you think we could have just found a dud in Gareth Bale?
Yeah, Matty, I think his passion for football is gone. Look, he's been at the club about in and around roughly 6 months now, right? He should have been up. Look, I would have given him 2-3 months to get up to speed, but 6 months, it's taking the piss. For me, I think he would rather at this point. Look, yeah, he came back. I think he came back for. I thought maybe himself. He thought he could get himself going, but I think honestly, he's just lost his passion. The way Mourinho likes to play and set up, I don't think it's Gareth Bale either. And for me, look, let him go back to Madrid. Let him enjoy the sun out there and the golf course because he hasn't cut it at Tottenham. And you know what I mean? The fact that he's not even starting today just shows. I actually think he's being punished for not starting today. I think he's being punished for his lack of basically enthusiasm, his lack of wanting to be on the field, his lack of wanting to get on the field. And there's no better way to make a statement than have him on the bench for a game like today, is there?
Yeah, I think you make a good point there, and we all want it to work out, but I think in the back of our minds we all had that feeling that it just might not happen for him, and unfortunately the injuries, the lack of fitness do seem to be getting the better of him. Let's take a quick look, about 50 minutes out from kickoff, let's take a quick look at the other scores in the FA Cup today. We've had a few Premier League teams playing. Chelsea beat Morecambe by 4-0, fielding a very, very strong lineup. Kai Havertz, one of the standout performers there, as they beat Morecambe by 4-0. The upset, the cup set of the weekend so far, Leeds losing by 3-0 to Crawley Town. A fantastic second half performance, there we go, by Crawley. Nick Cerula, a former Spurs youth player, getting on the score sheet for them. Manchester City as well, running out 3-0 winners against Birmingham. Bernardo Silva getting an early double in that one, and it was fairly comfortable for Man City from there on. The other ties, Barnsley beat Tranmere by 2-0. Collie Woodrow had an absolute mare, but somehow managed to get himself on the score sheet later on. Bristol City 2-1 winners against League One Portsmouth, and Cheltenham won by 2-1 after extra time. William Boyle scoring in the 110th minute to knock Mansfield out of the cup. Later on, Newport take on Brighton at Rodney Parade, I think their stadium's called. That is Rodney Parade. Potentially another upset there, Newport's team, who we struggled against in the FA Cup a few seasons back. But there's the one that we're all looking at. 14 minutes to go till kickoff. Marine against Tottenham. David, I always ask you this, and the answer's always the same, but are there any nerves creeping in?
No nerves for me. Never ever is, Matty. I'm a sort of fan. I believe going into every game, we can win. Whether it's true or not, I always believe we're the bigger club. We have the better players. And 100% as always, confident, even more so confident today.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I think a lot of us will be very, very confident about this one. Jaden Big says he just subscribed. Thank you very much, Jaden, for that. I do appreciate it. Simon saying, Matt, what's this news about this LA Galaxy player? Where's this come from? And I've seen this one creeping around on Twitter today, and I don't know anything about the player, to be honest, but I haven't seen it coming from any sort of reliable source just yet. But when there's the sheer volume of reports like we are seeing today on this one, I think you do have to kind of take note of it. He's a right back who plays with LA Galaxy. And just the first headline I see here, it says Tottenham Hotspur are now accelerating negotiations to conclude the signing of Julian Araujo this window. LA Galaxy valued the right back at £5 million, with Spurs looking to finalise the transfer before the end of this month. Look, I'll wait until it comes out from any sort of more realistic source before we get. There's a few ITKs talking about it. Ekram Koner as well. I don't know if you know Ekram Koner.
To be honest with you, that wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me because people are saying we don't have a lot of money and everything else. We probably do need another right back to come in, and it'd be grand because we can give him kind of like 6 months to get up to the speed of English football and that with Doherty and Aurier there. And to be honest with you, if you're looking at one eye probably on next season and with the amount of money we have, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it is true.
Yeah, like there is, of course, that there's always that kind of element where it could happen. The media they make up stories. When they do make up stories, it's one that do have kind of an air of potentially being realistic. But one of the people talking about this is Ekram Koner. He's a Turkish journalist, and I don't know if anyone follows him on Twitter, and I feel bad for you if you do, but the amount of stories that he comes out with every other day, Spurs are signing a different player. According to him, we've probably signed Skriniar, Ramos, Julian Araujo, Sabitzer, Szoboszlai, all these players. We've signed them all this window, and Kane has gone out to 3 different teams. It's ridiculous the amount of stories that he comes out with. And look, David, we have Rob with the answer here. Since 2017, Eriksen is second only to KDB for match-winning assists, having played an entire season less.
Right, well, tell him to go midway through 2017 when he really started playing forward to when he left. Honestly. And I don't want just match-winning assists. I want assists. I want them all. Honestly, I can tell you now. Like, Rob is just trying his best to convince me Eriksen is good enough for Tottenham, and that's because he's a Liverpool fan, so he wants us to stagnate. So don't be fooled by that.
Yeah, I think we wouldn't have any Liverpool fan ever wishing Spurs well. Hosta Brew saying, "Hi guys, great to hear the 2 Irish lads talking Tottenham. Who do you see us buying this month?" And David, I'm going to let you take this one. I'll be back in 2 seconds. But what players do you think we can bring in this January?
Geez, you have me stumped there. Players I think we can bring in. Oh. Let me see. Look, I'd love us to try and make a stab at another centre midfielder. Personally, I'd go with You're looking at someone that we can maybe afford. So I think you're looking outside of the Premier League there, in my opinion. Because look, I know a lot of people make this big thing about having to get homegrown, but the thing is, we can bring in a foreign player and then just replace a foreign player who's not really needed anymore. So for me, it's not really an issue. Gravenberch is one I'd really like to see. He's a young lad, young Holland midfielder. He's very technical. He's great on the ball. He's got a super shot, and he's an absolute unit. He gets around. I'd like to see him. I think we do need to go and sign another right winger, in my opinion, only if we can ship out one of Lucas or Lamela. Look, Lamela is as good as he has been when he's played. It's the same old stories with him. It's he's always injured. It's the amount of time he plays that's the problem. Lucas as well. Look, for me, I think he's actually kind of living off the Champions League semi-final hat-trick, to be honest with you, a bit this year. I do think he was harsh done by not to start the final, and it probably has affected him. But at the end of the day, we need him more than ever now this season. We're on a push for trophies. So for me, I definitely think a right winger. What right winger would I go for? That's a hard one. I'd probably go for that young lad that's at Watford. We were linked with him in the summer. What's his name? Ismail Sarr or something, something like that. Yeah. I wouldn't mind going for him. Just something a bit different out on the wide options. Someone that has a bit of legs, bit of energy, and someone that's not afraid to take on 2 or 3 players to make something happen.
Yeah, a right wing could be. We've spoken a lot about how there's no player who has been able to really nail down a starting position out in that right, bar Eric Lamela, who, it's just he has too many injury problems. But I think that could be a good show. But again, if we haven't identified a player by now, I think we could be in a bit of trouble. Simon saying, that's what I was saying the other day, we don't have big money to spend, so I think these short 6-month loans will be great to do, like a Perisic. That's a name that's been creeping up quite a bit in the media, again, over the last couple of days. Perisic, an experienced player, probably past his best, but perhaps in that kind of nice little window where he's cheap, but he still has something that he could offer to us. Louis Lander saying, I want Doherty to show what he can do today. He's too timid in the Prem, should take chances, push forward and show what he can do. And this is a chance for these players who have been struggling against better opposition to really show exactly what they can actually bring to this team. It's not right, David?
Yeah, 100%. Look, Doherty needs a good game today. If he has another bad game today, for me, he's going to find it very, very hard to get back into Mourinho's good books, to get trust from Mourinho. He's a guy that the pressure is kind of on today, and he does need a good game. Matty, one thing I actually wanted to touch on before we get into the match is rumours are coming out that Hugo Lloris may not want to sign a new contract. So look, it's probably very important now that we do start, like I've said it before on this channel, that we do start looking for his long-term replacement, to be honest.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of Spurs fans kind of getting worried about that one. And I saw a comment a second ago asking if we discussed the potential long-term replacement. I can't find it there, but the report, I think, is that he's turned down a first contract offer, but potentially could be open to negotiations for a second. But I think we all have to be a bit worried about the fact that Pochettino is now at PSG. Not only like they were friends, they weren't. It's not like they had a good working relationship. They were personal close friends. And Lloris, the potential to go to Paris Saint-Germain as a Frenchman and be their goalkeeper, I think it could be too much for him to turn down. And it of course is going to be a big loss, but we have to make it as small a big loss as possible, if that makes sense, in terms of identifying the right replacement. And I saw Nana mentioned there in the live chat a second ago. I think he could be a very good option, but it's so difficult to find goalkeepers that can have the influence on your team that Lloris had. Even if you do find that goalkeeper, it can take a while for him to have that effect. Look at David De Gea at Manchester United. It took him a while. Look at Thibaut Courtois when he went to Real Madrid. He had a terrible first season and it had to take a while to acclimatise. James Watson is saying Dean Henderson. But David, if Lloris wants to go, what keeper do you think would be our best option?
Look, Matty, to be honest with you, if Lloris goes, I'd be looking at spending my money now while he is sort of gettable. I know that he may be talking about contract talks at his own club, is Donnarumma. To be honest with you, like if you're looking for someone ready to come in, you're going to have him for a good 10, 12 years. That's what I want. I want someone that's already established, someone that's going to come in that has great potential, and he's going to be your keeper for the next 10, 12 years. He's going to be your number one. So put all your money behind it. And for me, go and make a stab at Donnarumma. If not doing Donnarumma, Onana is definitely affordable from Ajax, 100% affordable. He's a good keeper. Apart from that, like they're probably the only two I have. If not, you're probably looking at maybe, I think, the Bravka from Newcastle. He'd be a good player to get in and prolong signing a keeper to come in basically and be our number one. For me, if that's the case, I'd be maybe going for the Bravka or somebody like that either.
Yeah, I think they're some of the best choice there. And like Christopher there saying Donnarumma, I'd feel would be the only one that could replicate Lloris. The English Yid saying even if he does sign a new deal, we should be looking to replace him for the future and maybe a Sam Johnson or a Dean Henderson. Rob as well saying Andrew Onana is a bag full of mistakes. Nick Pope is the keeper that you could do with, kills two birds with one stone since he's homegrown also, which is a good shout. David, do you need a link for this game or do you have it on? Will I send you the link?
I have it here on the LBVC, lad.
Perfect. We're about 5 minutes out here.
1 minute. Is that okay before kickoff?
Yeah, no worries. I won't stop you. We're about 5 minutes out here from kickoff, and just a reminder of the Spurs lineup. If I actually can get it up there, I've just taken it down. A few surprises in the lineup to some extent, with especially the inclusion of Jedson Fernandez. I think one that Spurs fans were not expecting to see today, and I'm definitely one of those fans who's a bit frustrated to see him get in that starting 11 ahead of some other players. So the lineup is Joe Hart in goal, Toby Alderweireld and Joe Rodon in centre-back with Doherty and Davis either side of them. Davis wearing the armband. Sissoko and White in the middle, probably a 4-2-3-1 as was pointed out a while ago, with Jedson Fernandez, Dele Alli and Lucas Moura playing behind Carlos Vinicius. And we've got a little clip here of Harvey White warming up as he makes his first official start for Spurs. He's played in some friendlies, but this is his first start in a competitive game, which is it's going to be so good to see him finally getting out on the pitch. And here he is warming up. It's going to be interesting to see, I think, how he actually fares in this one, because you would hope that he's at a level where he is kind of better than the players he's playing against. But at the other side of things, the other players are playing in a team they're used to playing him, as Harvey White is stepping in to playing with players who are at a much higher level than him. And hopefully he'll be at that level soon enough. But for now, he's not, and it could be a challenge for him. Caleb saying Donnarumma is only 21 and was the first goalkeeper for Italy since he was like 19. He was a mainstay in that AC Milan team at 16 years of age. At 16, he's you won't find a player who's that young and that experienced in world football. You really won't. Mr. K saying the other top clubs have shown you need to spend big and spend wisely when it comes to getting a goalie. MHTF saying, how has Ramsdale been this season? Could get a fair price when Sheffield go down. I would rather play with half a Joe Hart in goal than Aaron Ramsdale. He is absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. He's a shocking goalkeeper, and he's one of the main reasons why Sheffield United are doing so poorly this season. I would not like him in the Spurs team, anywhere near the Spurs team. Hey, saying Henderson will cost Tottenham 30 million. And look, I think that would be a decent price for a good goalkeeper. I think we could be looking at spending a lot more if we are going to be getting the likes of, if we do want to get the likes of Gigi Donnarumma or Andre Onana. There's going to be a lot more that we're going to have to do to get one of them in. So 30 million for Henderson could be a decent shout, but he's not played in so long. He did so well for Sheffield United. He hasn't played much for Manchester United, and when he is there, he has kind of struggled. DJ Samuel saying, come on Spurs. About 3 minutes here to go until kickoff, and look, we're still confident. We kind of have to be confident playing a team at this level. So if you haven't already, get your score predictions in the live chat there. We've had a lot of them in already, but let's get all of everyone's score predictions in the live chat if you haven't sent them in yet, as Spurs prepare to take on Marine about 3 minutes out from kickoff. I'm going to go with a 5-0 victory, because I think we're probably going to start fast, might get a couple of early goals, but I don't expect us to be going all guns blazing for the full 90 minutes. And to be honest, I don't want us to be either, because there's no need to be. It's risking players tiring out, it's risking injuries, muscle injuries. So I think a couple of early goals and a nice steady game then for the rest of it, and a 5-0 victory, I think, is what I'm going for. We saw some comments in there a while ago saying the likes of 11-12-0, but I don't think we're going to see anything near that. And look, it may be weird to say, but I don't think I want to see that either, because it's such a big day for Marine. I wouldn't like to see them leaving the stadium completely embarrassed. I'm sure they're expecting to be beaten, but you don't want it to be too much. Lauren saying 4-0. We have 10-0 coming in here as well. MHTF saying 7-0, and Mike saying 5-0 as well. So look, confident, a comfortable victory with preferably a clean sheet. But look, you never know. We may be beaten by a set piece. It's happened before. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again, but we of course would rather that it didn't happen. Players are lining up here as we're getting ready for kickoff in this one. It's going to be an interesting afternoon. I think we're going to get to see kind of more attacking football than we've seen in recent times, which of course you want, and hopefully we can get this one over the line. It's I couldn't even call it a stadium there, David. Watch it. It's just a little field with some stands around it. Any final thoughts?
Their stadium. It's like the stadium here, not too far away from me in Newbridge in Kildare. You have a main stand there, and then it's just surrounded by houses and that. So
yeah,
look, it is what it is. It's like one of the League of Ireland teams coming and playing one of my local sides. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, Rob saying Spurs to go through on penalties. You're embarrassing yourself, Rob. Embarrassing yourself. Welcome, Alexander, to the stream. David, just give me a shout when you're kicked off, just so I kind of know whether we're in sync or not. Just hope we're as close as possible. But any final thoughts on this game?
No, look, I'm looking forward to seeing Harvey, the Dynamite White. That's who I really want to see. I'm dying to see him. I actually want Vinicius to bag a couple of goals today as well. Do him the world of good. I hope Ali has a good game, but yeah, it should be easy. I'm looking at I think I'm going to go 4 or 5-0. I think. Yeah,
I think I'm the same. I said 5-0 in this one. Hopefully we can get this one comfortable victory. Harvey White, you can see very early on kind of dropping deeper with Sissoko potentially playing a bit ahead of him. Is your game kicked off?
No, not yet.
No, it's not. I'm a bit ahead of you.
Two lads in the stand talking. Kicking off. 1 minute, 1 second.
I might have a different link that I can go to, so I'll be a bit closer to you. Simon here is saying 3 or 4-0 today.
No, still not. Yeah, no. No, they're only taking the knee now. Sorry. They're teasing me. I'm getting pumped for this.
I'll go over I have a different link there, which I can kind of sync up with your one. No, okay, so we're 41 seconds behind. Just give me 2 seconds.
Go to 10 seconds there and you'll be up. I'm on 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
15.
I'm all synced up with you now. Rob here saying, David, did you support Kildare County in the League of Ireland?
I was a bit younger, but yeah, I was in their academy as well. I have to say, I was in their academy as well. So yeah, I used to go to a couple of games. I wouldn't say I was a massive fan, but then again, I was only a young lad, so I could only go when the old lad could bring me.
Yeah, we got a professional footballer in here, lads. In the academy of Kildare. Where was the other? You went over trials in England at one stage, didn't you?
Yeah, we were over at Nottingham Forest as well. That as well, and then I have a couple of medals at home from an academy I was in England before we moved back over to Ireland. I don't want to say what club it is, but
yeah, you could have been out in this pitch, David. You could have been lining up for Spurs.
Look, if my parents didn't make the decision to move back over here, I very well could be. But look, things happen, and it is what it is. Yeah, I'm glad to have the experience of playing in academies and stuff like that as well. So.
Yeah, it's a great experience to have, and one that I'm definitely jealous of. But what do you make of this kind of setup so far? It looks Harvey White is kind of playing in almost the Højbjerg role, and is it Delhi maybe dropping into midfield three? So maybe it is a 4-3-3 with Harvey White sitting behind Sissoko and Ali, and then Lucas and Jedson playing either side of Vinicius, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Sissoko's playing a number 8 role, like he said in his comments after the game against Brentford. Maybe he's playing more in the number 8 in the number 8 role, and Dele Alli as well going forward. And then you have Harvey White playing the Højbjerg role. And look, I've no doubts Harvey White can play it, but as well with his range of passing, maybe playing him a bit deeper is a shrewd move.
Yeah, it could be, and I suppose he was in there because his head into a dangerous challenge, but he's gotten away with that one. Yeah, I think it could show just how much Mourinho trusts him as well, playing him in that really important role, the one that's usually occupied by Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Of course, weaker opposition, we do have to say, but I think it's shown a lot of trust in him. Hey, Sam, what was the idea of bringing in Jedson? What a waste of a loan look it was, and the sooner he gets back to Benfica, the better. But right now he's playing for Spurs, so I support him 100% and hope he can have a good game.
I think with Jedson, he burst on the scene with Benfica, then he fell out of favour very, very rapidly, and I think he actually had a falling out with the manager. I think the loan was more of a stopgap, but if it worked out, I think with the 55 million buy option, I think it was, if it worked out and they could get what he produced when he first broke into the team, that it would have been worth it. But I think it was more of a stopgap loan, and Benfica were just covering themselves just in case it did work out.
Yeah, and look, it just hasn't. He tries a little flick around the corner there. Lucas taken down into the box, but it's good defending. He's swarmed by the Marine defenders just there. But look, this game's starting off as you'd expect. Spurs in possession. Marine sitting a lot of men behind the ball. And it's a very dodgy looking pitch. The ball is bobbling all over the place. Jedson gets a bit of a sore one there. Am I a few seconds ahead of you, David?
I think you're only 1 or 2 seconds ahead, Matt.
Okay, I'll just jump back there just make sure we're at the same time. But a tough challenge there in Jedson early on. This is there was a comment a while ago. Will Marine be flying into the challenges? We can say early on they definitely will be. As Jedson gets a kick in the right heel there.
Big Sunday League challenge from their centre back there.
Yeah. And here we have a free kick at a goalkeeper who looks like he's about 13 years of age. There's fans in the ground. Can you see that? There's fans in the stand behind the goal.
It looks like, because they only have, I think it's two stands, or I think they have one main stand and then 2 smaller stands even. I think it could be a couple of the players maybe and coaching staff.
All right. Harvey White hits the free kick, but it goes straight into the wall. There's a chance there for him to show his...
No, don't worry. He'll get one. He'll get one. He's just getting his sight ready. That's all it is.
He's just warming up. That's all. Maybe came a bit too early for him, but again, the confidence that's been shown in him to put him on that free kick straight away, I think is a very good sign. And you can see all the locals out in their back garden watching this one. Yeah. Did you see the tweet that Marine put up the other day, saying giving an insight into their team? And it was just a picture of all the people in their back gardens. It was a brilliant thread. I can't do it justice if I explained it, but it was fantastic.
Do you know what? I'd say they're absolutely delighted as well, getting to come and watch Tottenham Hotspur play. It's free for them. Everyone else is in lockdown, and all they have to do is just chill out in the back garden, crack open a few beers, and enjoy the occasion.
Oh, good ball into the box, but it's intercepted there. Oliveira playing a diagonal through to Lucas, but it's good defending. And actually, Simon makes a good point. It could be the media team in the stands as well.
Yeah.
You need to see the dugouts there. There's not many fitting in there, but. Look, Spurs on the front foot, possession in the final third for the first 5 minutes of this one. Mr. Kaysen, is it me or do Marine look more aggressive than Spurs? They look more aggressive, but
they're always going to be. It's the game of their life. Look, that aggression is going to last about 15, 20 minutes, and then they're going to get tired. They're not used to the level of intensity and the amount of running around after the ball they're going to have to do. So look, they're going to give everything. Like, I'm not being funny. If I was them, if I was their manager, I'd be saying, look, lads, first 15, 20 minutes, get stuck into them. Oh, let's see what we can get out of them. Let's see if you get any change out of them. And then after that, we're going to sit back, keep it tight, and then try and catch them on the counter and catch them with a mistake. That's the way I set my team up for this anyway.
Yeah, so first half chance here for Spurs. Doherty finding some space on the right hand side. He put in the cross. It was a bit behind Vinicius, but Vinicius did well control the ball and he laid it off to Ali at the edge of the box, who took a touch and he tried to bend it round into the far post, but it was straight at the keeper. With our first effort of the game, first chance to find some space in behind in and around that Marine box, and we found it well. But Ali just couldn't.
It's good to see Ali picking up them gaps though. Oh, Jedson's on the run.
Yeah. Oh, a dodgy ball there back to the left back. Doherty putting on some pressure, but he plays it off Doherty. He managed to get the clearance. Harvey White winning that ball in the air. And Spurs
Dynamite White, come on.
Spurs keeping him pen back as Jedson's cross is deflected behind for the first corner of the game.
Harvey White straight out to it. I told you, Matty, he's man for the set pieces today. I called him. We're going to get a lot of them. We're playing them because we need them for them. Come on, Harvey. Don't let me down, man. Deliver.
Yes, if he can get an assist or two today, what that would do for his confidence is immense. Dara Grady, thank you very much for joining the stream. Dara saying, great watch along, Matt, here until Spurs score. David, the corner comes in, the keeper punched it away.
That was a good corner. Dangerous.
Yeah, it was. It was the keeper, bit of pressure on him there. David, heard most of those houses must have pulled their curtains closed. Thank you very much for joining Dara. And actually, a friend of Dara's, I will be doing a podcast with him tomorrow night ahead of the Villa game. So thank you, Dara, for getting me in touch with him. It's going to be a good one on that. Mr. K saying, true, David, I can see them running out of steam as Davis tries to pull one back to Ali, but it's intercepted. And there's just one man forward here for Marine, and whenever the ball is sent forward to him, he's absolutely nowhere near it. And it's an attackers against defenders game here.
Matty, playing in the Kildare Academy, I've often felt that struggle being a lone striker sometimes when you're playing against the better teams. It's an awful role to do. It's just a lot of running about and getting no change for it. Look, you may get a few pats on the back after the game, but when the ball's just being lumped up like that and you're just chasing it down for 90 minutes, it's a tough, lonely job.
Yeah, and he's going to have to do a lot of running after balls that he knows he's not going to get on the end of. But look, Spurs players are first to every single ball in this game, which look, it's praise, but it's almost not praise as well, because you would expect them to be first there. Sissoko nearly makes an interception. Harvey White was in with a rough challenge there, but nothing wrong in the referee's eyes. Good interception by Doherty. And Marine's first attempt to journey forward.
Guys already doing more than what Winks has done this season already.
Shane and Hey asking, is the Villa game going ahead? At the moment, it's going ahead. It's it hasn't been called off yet, so I think we're going to treat it as though it is going ahead. But I would not be surprised if that one got called off at all. Ronnie saying Delhi looks like he doesn't want to be there. Do you agree with that, David?
I don't know. Like he's still running about. Unlucky.
Very good run there by Lucas. Picked up the ball in the halfway.
Still running about like.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Look, that's just showing how easy that is for these guys. Like that Lucas can just pick up the ball like that, and a little step over, two guys gone by a third, and then that was unlucky. Very unlucky.
Yeah. It was good for Lucas.
Just on the Villa and Liverpool game, it was actually a blessing in disguise for Villa, really, because look, they have some very good young kids there. There's some very good young kids. Louis Barry, who scored the goal, he can actually play for Ireland. Look, I think potentially he will be poached by England. I think he already has been, actually, but another one that can play for Ireland. And he held off the defender well to get in, and then he was cool and calm and composed. Just for an Irish perspective, he's a player that I would potentially be looking at, because I know he was at, I think it was West Brom. Then he went to Barcelona, and now he's back at Villa. So, he's it was good. It was a blessing in disguise for them. But the Villa game, I hope it's not called off. The game against Fulham that was called off broke my heart, man. I get up looking all day looking forward to the game, and then they call it off like that. I hope it does go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I think even Mourinho has spoken about how it just wouldn't be kind of possible for Spurs to cope if we did have two games called off, because that would be two extra games in the fixture calendar later on in the year. Another chance here, Harvey White taken down at the edge of the box, so another chance for him to show what he can do from set pieces. And it's
getting stuck in, isn't he?
It's Hamami, the centre midfielder, who clattered Harvey White down at one end and just taken him down for the cynical foul at the other. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets put in the book today. The Marine number 8.
He already got an early yellow there. It's not good for him because look, they're going to be making it. Oh, he got a foot on the ball. It's harsh enough.
Yeah, might be a bit lucky with that one. But do you think maybe this angle could suit Lucas Moore a bit more? Suit a right footer to whip it back towards the top ins?
Yeah, it would. As soon as you say that, right foot on the left hand side reminds me of David Beckham top bins every time. Lucas Moore is standing over it, but I think Harvey White wants it.
I give it to Harvey White. He doesn't get too many chances. It is Lucas who hits it, and it's straight into the wall. A bit of a disappointing one there. Shane saying Louis Barry's already committed to England, which look, it wouldn't surprise me. It's back with Joe Roden now, playing it out to Lucas. Oh, nearly intercepted in there. Oh, they've done well, Lucas and White between them.
Well done.
Ben Davis playing almost as a centre. There's Lucas whips into the box. And just past Vinicius. I think the keeper's done well to hold on to that one there.
Do you know, to be honest with you, even if I was one of these Spurs players, I'd be relishing this because this is where every player comes from. Do you know what I mean? Every player comes from playing on pitches and stuff like that, like playing in lower league, like your local side and everything else. So for me, if I was these, I'd be relishing this. Like this would bring me back to the day, and it kind of make me realise how lucky I am to be where I am and what I've got out of football at this stage.
Yeah. Marine, is that the first time they've had 3 people in our half?
Yeah.
It's the most attacking they've had.
No, they're just giving us the ball back at every opportunity. Oh, Shetson
Fernandez. Oh, he's taking on a few at the edge of the box. He's tackled himself there. He's tried to flick it onto his left foot, and his own left foot got in the way.
It's like Jetson's trying a bit too hard at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, just trying to impress. Maybe I wonder, is he trying to impress Mourinho? Is he trying to impress whoever's in the dugout at Benfica? And we'll have to wait and see.
Good start though, Matty. We've created a few chances. We've looked composed on the ball. We're trying different things, so it's a good start. And as well, we've already had a few set pieces. A great delivery in from Harvey White from the corner. One free kick there that he hit the wall, but as well it's been a very impressive start. He's getting in, he's mopping. Not only is he winning the ball, but any breaking ball he seems to be mopping up as well. Great start by Dynamite White.
Yeah, I agree. And welcome Sue Smith to the stream. Good to see you in here. And first chance here for Marine to get the ball in the box. It looks like it's going to be Hamami to whip it in. This is, I suppose, where we're where a bit of concern creeps in, David. A set piece for Marine.
Yeah. Set pieces. They've been our Achilles so far this season. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, look, especially against Marine, we shouldn't be giving them anything from set pieces. So look, if they do get one today, it's embarrassing to be honest.
Yeah,
they shouldn't score. Let's be honest, they shouldn't score.
Oh, we got a huge super chat here coming in from Jiminy with 15 Australian dollars saying, "Come on, you Spurs!" Thank you very much for the super, Jiminy. Hugely appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Everyone else watching, follow his lead and get in some super chats. Matty's the only Tottenham fan that can bring you Fabrizio Romano. He's starting to bring you some great watch-alongs with some great characters on it. And also guarantees that your comment's going to be read out. So make sure you do give him some super chats and reward him for his hard work because everything he does is outside his normal job. So it'd be nice for him to get a little reward back.
Thanks, David. I appreciate that. And if you want a bit more from any money you're contributing, you can become a channel member as well. So if you want to hit the join button down below the video, everything will be explained for you there. We're up at 19 channel members at the moment, I think. So thank you everyone Yeah, I'm surprised to be honest. I didn't think we would have gotten that much so quickly. But Doherty potentially caught in possession here. Oh, he's done well. He's played the ball into Harvey White in the middle. But today, in a way, could it be a free pass for some of these players? Because even if you make a mistake, it's highly unlikely they're going to be punished. With the likes of that, like Doherty taking a risk on the edge of his own box, even if there's not too much concern that Marine are going to punish us from things like that. But on the other hand, could that kind of overconfidence, it could hurt us?
No, look, 100% I agree with you. It's a game where you can kind of take a lot of risks today. But the only thing is like we may be forgiven about it. I don't think Jose will be. I can't see Jose forgiving them for taking risks. Obviously when you're I don't want to see our defenders take risks, but midfielders and strikers, they can take all the risks they want today, really. Do you know what I mean? They can try things they wouldn't usually try. And to be honest with you, for someone like Lucas, it's probably great for him because, he's a player who gets on the ball. He likes to try and make things happen. So it's a good opportunity for him. And hopefully start getting him going again and breed him a bit of confidence.
Yeah. Confidence is kind of all you want to take from a game like this. Just one sec there.
They're all sitting on the garden sheds there and at the wall.
Their glasses of wine and peeking through the fences. Imagine how that must be, even like just on a normal game, you're just always having a game of football on your back garden. But when it's Tottenham coming to town, it's a very different scenario.
Yeah, well, look, it's not a clause that would have been in the contract when you bought the house. You know what I mean? So it's a bonus at the end of the day. I'd say they're absolutely delighted. And plus, as cheap as it sounds, it saves them buying tickets. They can just chill out in the back garden and watch the game.
Oh, there's looks like they might have a few guests around there. There's some very busy back gardens, not really abiding by the lockdown rules. But look, we let it slide. Ronnie's saying, what do you guys do for a living? I work for Opta, essentially doing like the stats on some of the football games around the world. EFL will kind of be the biggest competition that I do. Shane saying Marine will be ecstatic with the start. Shane saying, I mean, they'll be happy they haven't conceded, but in terms of how the game is going, I think, look, maybe they will be happy they haven't really allowed us any clear-cut opportunities just yet, but I think they still know they're probably going to lose this game.
Was someone there asking what we do for a living?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm a mechanic by trade. I don't have long left to go to complete out my apprenticeship, but at the minute I'm out of work. I've been in and out of hospital a lot the last year. So basically, look, I'm just trying to get back on my feet and get back to work. So I'm doing. Look, I started coming on with your Tottenham TV and your channel and Charlie's channel to pass a lot of the time, Matty. But look, I said I'd go for my own channel. A lot of people wanted it. It's working out well so far. 2 months. I'm up about 2 months, nearly at 700 subscribers, so it's going well. And look, hopefully, Matty, I can follow in your footsteps and make a go on my channel as well and get back to work.
Yeah, I've no doubt your channel it'll blow up someday, David. The content you're putting out is absolutely outstanding. And anyone, if you want to check out David's channel, link below. Another super chat coming in from Jiminy, this time at $8 Australian, saying who's on our bench this match. I will just get that up there to confirm for you, but it is a pretty strong bench. There's some players that could definitely come on. Yeah, so we have where's it gone? God, Spurs to be the last.
It's Gareth Bale. I think did we say Dane Scarlett was on it?
No, there's no Scarlett. It's Gazaniga, Sanchez, Tanganga, Reguilon, Alfie Devine, and Ndombele, Clark, Bale, and Son. So an incredibly strong bench there for definite.
Yeah, on Alfie there, Matt, he's a player that they seem to have a lot of high hopes about. I think we signed him from, it was Wigan or Reading in the summer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think they have a lot of high hopes from him. I know he is in training in and around in the first team, and he's the kid that was involved in the fight with Danny Drinkwater as well in the reserves game.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, look, they have high hopes for him. I wouldn't mind seeing him come off the bench today. Obviously, it's depending on how many goals we put past Marine. We haven't put one by them at the minute, but I think that'll depend on how big of a margin we're winning, if he'll get on or not, to be honest.
Yeah. Ronnie D saying the Irish Shid wishing you a speedy recovery and saying I follow both your channels and enjoy both your contents, and Eunice as well saying David is by far one of the best Spurs channels out there. Oh, it was a good effort in a goal. What has happened? Marine had already scored.
Long range again.
It's Kengney with the effort from about 30 yards out, and I don't know what Joe Hart is doing. He seems to want to let that go over the bar, and it crashes against the crossbar. Kengney here coming up on the left foot. He hits it from 35, 40 yards out, and it dips onto the crossbar. Hart thought it was over. Hart thought it was going over, but he smashes it with his left foot. It crashes against the bar, and it's looping up, and Hart has to tip it over the bar as it's dropping back down again.
Long range shot again.
He pulled his hand away from that one. He thought that was safe. But Marine, with their first effort of the game, coming very close to taking a dramatic lead. What an effort that was by Kengney. Unfortunately, that it's just gone over the bar. Or just hit the bar and then been tipped over. But a corner here from Marine and a chance for them to catch us out on one of our weak spots. The ball is whipped in. Hart punches it out to the edge of the box. I don't know who any of these players are. It's Hamami, back to the corner taker. He tries to put it in again. Hits it. Is that hit? And Jetson's got lucky there. He's just put it out for a throw in. Another super chat here, this time coming in from Jeremy Smith saying, "Hi lads, if we don't win this, I will not be going out of my house for a long time." Jeremy, I can certainly agree with you on that. I think we'll be calling in sick to work for a few days, but thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that one. Simon saying, and for a few of these players who don't get regular football, they ain't showing. Joe's absolutely nothing so far. Yeah, look, we said there was a few players here who have a point to prove, and we haven't been like, look, you can see we're the better team. You can see we're the Premier League side. They're I'm not going to say the league name again, too many words. But do you know what? Jetson potentially lucky there not to have given away a penalty.
Oh,
his hand is kind of out away from his body like that and hits it as he's turned.
That would have been a penalty, you know. That would have been a penalty. That hit his hand.
If VAR is there, that's a penalty.
The ref had that goal. What a challenge.
Yeah, it was a challenge there, and Lucas. But do you know what? That linesman, I think Marine should have had a penalty there. The linesman missed it. Yeah. That's we've gotten away. We've gotten away with 2 there in the space of a couple of minutes, David.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, Matty, it's shocking. Look, what was Joe Hart doing? Like, why would he pull his hand away? Like, oh man, it's shocking. It's shocking. Here we have Harvey White on a free kick, though. It's delivered into the bottom. Oh, too far. Unlucky. And then that penalty, like Jedson Fernandez, like this annoys me of these players when a ball is kicked like that, turning their back, they can't see where the ball's going. Stand there like a man in front of it and take a hit. Take a hit. It's only football at the end of the day. Jesus, we used to take them back in the day, running around the estate playing football. We used to take balls off the head and everything. Do you know what I mean? You put everything on the line, and then he's pulling out. He's turning his back. What's this about?
Yeah, but he was putting in slide tackles on the tarmac. I wouldn't care what was happening. You'd be doing everything. Omar saying, is it the final of the cup? It's not. It's the third round of the FA Cup. The Carabao Cup final will be in about 3.5 months' time against Manchester City. Another super chat from Jiminy, another $6 saying, is it bad that I forgot we even had Jedson? Do you know what? I forgot we had Jedson. I really did. Up until the rumours of him going back to Benfica came out, I forgot he was even here. So it's not bad. I think it's just a situation every Spurs fan is in, to be honest. But again, Jiminy, thank you so much for the super chat. It is massively, massively appreciated. Yeah,
big up, well done. And as well, you know, I haven't mentioned Jedson's name up until today till it came on the team sheet. I wasn't even expecting to see him featured, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I saw reports last week that he was actually going to start this game. I think I said it in my transfer stream last Monday, but I was still a bit surprised to see that name on there. Eunice saying, is there VAR in this game given the equipment provided by Marine? No, there's no VAR. I think, look, the facilities are the first sort of problem, but there's no VAR rotation unless every single home team can provide it. So like there was none in the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup because there's a championship team playing at home, which was Brentford actually. There's Dele Alli coming in or approaching the box. He's forced a bit wide there. Ali plays it into Jedson. Back to Ali. Good link up play. Through Carlos Vinicius. Oh, can he? Oh, he just.
Yes! It's in! Vinicius, come on! Get in!
A very big goal.
Great confidence boost for him. Oh, yes. And Dele Alli, what play by Dele Alli on the build-up. You know, he gets the ball, he holds on to it, he's composed, he passes it in, he does a 1-2, and then he drives at them, he plays. I'm not sure when he went for a shot or whether he meant to play that across the goal. And then, to be honest with you, I'm not sure what happened there. It was goal mount scramble.
Yeah, it's Dele Alli kind of looking for a pass to play in the edge of the box. He turns it into Jedson. It's a first time ball back to Ali, and it's a really good ball from Dele Alli in behind the center.
What a ball.
You know what,
Vinicius rounds the keeper. He rounds the keeper. Vinicius with the techers. You love to see it, Matty. I know you're a king goalkeeper on the Astro. You wouldn't be happy with that, would you?
No, I'd be disappointed with that. But it looks like Vinicius, when it first comes in, he tries to take it on his left foot.
He rounds the keeper and drives it in on the line. He's a hero. Come on, Vinicius.
It's not the tidiest of goals, but it's a goal nonetheless. And Spurs have the lead. Carlos Vinicius after 24 minutes. After a good link-up play between Ali and Jedson Fernandez. Shane says, bye lads, been a pleasure. You have to say, Shane, you have to celebrate all the goals. And Dalby Skills making a good point. Dele just made that goal out of nothing. He did. He made that one on his own. And look, the best players, Harry Kane does it a lot. You can be quiet for 20, 25 minutes, but you only need is one moment to provide something. Marine looking here for a quick response, but they've messed up that one down the right-hand side. Cummins with the poor ball to the overlapping right back. Is this kind of where the game starts to kind of peter out, David? Or do you think Marine will try and fight back and try and get back into this game when they have the chance?
Look, the longer the game goes on, the more they seem to be venturing in our half a little. But look, to be honest with you, that's going to encourage them to come out a bit more. Look, it's the start of a long out. What would you say, 75 minutes for them now? I think. You know, I want to say, what a ball by Dele Alli to have the vision in the position he did to pick out that ball. What a ball! Fair play to him.
Yeah, it was a terrific pass in behind the centre back. And we've got another super chat coming in from Jiminy. I feel like I'm taking your week's wages here. Saying, good on you boys, Mr. Deli, up Vinicius too. Yeah, look, it's good to see two players like Deli and Vinicius linking up for this goal. But again, Jiminy, thank you so much for the support. Massively appreciate it.
Don't mind them, Matty. Them Aussies are loaded out there. They all make a killing out in Australia.
Deirdre Gani here saying, time to sit back and grind the 1-0. I feel like we might have a different approach to this one as Jedson lines it up from range, but fires it over the crossbar.
What was that? What was that? That's shocking. That nearly went out the ground.
Yeah, I think you might be right. He's just trying too hard to impress. And maybe we now have the goal. Players could kind of take their foot off the gas a bit, which you'd hope doesn't happen because we still need to get another goal or two to make sure we're safe. You know, they've hit the bar already from range. They've shown that they can't threaten us.
Do you know what? Playing Vinicius up front today has kind of worked because just there a couple of seconds ago, he kind of dug in to win the ball. He's that sort of player. He loves that challenge as well, and he got in to win the ball, and then you know played a nice ball down the line. For me, Vinicius is looking good as well. He's looking sharp.
Yeah, and like he's always looked sharp. I think when he's played for us, he has of course 3 goals, 3 assists in the Europa League. He had a good game and he came on for the last 10 minutes against West Brom. I think played a big part in us actually getting the winning goal in that one. So it's unfortunate he hasn't been given the chances perhaps that he has deserved during his time at Spurs so far. I have to agree. Like, look, to be honest with you, we are Tottenham TV put out a tweet a while ago. I do understand the tweet. I understand why he hasn't got as many minutes as perhaps most of us would like. But look, what I will say is the one good thing, Matty, is that any chance he's got, he's took. But for me, with his little game time he has kind of had at Tottenham, does that justify his the fee we have in place if we do want to sign him? I don't know. It becomes a lot tougher to justify paying that much money for him, and like the fact that he's not getting into our team now. Brilliant from Sissoko. The fact he's not getting into the team now perhaps suggests Mourinho doesn't think he's worth that much, or he's not worth adding to our team no matter how much the price is. So maybe he's just not the player we were hoping he would be. But still, you know, while we have him now, we need to use him because he is a good backup to have for Harry Kane. Yeah, well, one thing I will say is he's done the job. You know what I mean? It's all we ask. To me, he's probably been more effective than what Llorente was at that job. And he's more mobile as well. I think he's deputised well. You know, like when he has deputised, he's played well. He scored goals. But the only thing is the fee. I don't know whether he's worth the fee that they want for him in the end. That's the only thing. But again, you know what else is out there that you can get that? Like at the end of the day, by then he would have had a year with the club. He'd be settled in. And I don't know. It's a tough one, Matty. It's a tough one. Yeah. Just sub here is saying, why are you guys so glad for a goal over Marine? As Jiminy says, a goal is a goal. Look, you celebrate your team scoring no matter what. Yeah, at the end of the day, we're Tottenham fans. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to sit here. I celebrate any goal. I even celebrate a red card if an opposition got a red card. I'm just that type of fan. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, Matty, all you can do is beat what's in front of you. Exactly. And no matter how the goals come, you celebrate them. So I know it's only Marine, but like, what do you want me to do? Sit here and just be like, it's only Marine. At the end of the day, it's the team we support, it's the team we love, it's the team we have passion for, it's the only team we have passion for. And to be honest with you, I can't help but celebrate it. I can't help it. Like, as soon as a goal comes in, it's just the reaction that comes over me. The scream comes out. Has Joe Hart just controlled the ball with his knee on the ground? Yeah. Joe Hart pulling out the techers. He must want a renewed deal on his head and shoulders. He's looking for another advertisement opportunity there. Yeah. Look, we're approaching the half-hour mark here, and it's Spurs and Spurs and Spurs. Is Marine not really able to get into the games? We're kind of attacking here. Dele Alli again coming forward, cuts back inside, chips it over to the back post. Doherty saves, and Carlos Vinicius makes it 2. Come on. Yes, he made a good save off Doherty, but yet again, Dele Alli creating that goal from absolutely nothing with a fantastic ball into Doherty. Look, he's been quiet, but when it's mattered, Ali has popped up with 2 really, really good contributions now. And Spurs have a couple. Look, he's been the one, Matty, that's unlocked the door. I did say this before the game. He is that sort of player that can drag players out of position. He draws players out of position and exploit the gaps, and it's exactly what I thought he would be doing. It's exactly what he's doing. And to be honest with you, I'm delighted for the kid because, look, we could have Matt Doherty. Nice. That's a good save for the keeper.
Yeah. But look, Matty, like it would have been very easy for him to have a shit game here, and we sit here and slay him. The fact that he's come out here, he's performed, he's done more than what Lucas Moura has done, and he's had less game time. Big up the kid.
Yeah.
Look, he is a player. I honestly really do hope it works out for him at Tottenham. It's just where I'm at the minute is if Mourinho has no use for him, like, and if Mourinho is here for another 2 years, what do? Just keep Dele for 2 years, hoping that he's going to be the same player when the next manager comes in, or do you cash in on him and sell him? It's a hard one to do. Like, for me, Dele Alli personally won't want to be sitting around for 2 years waiting a free kick. This is Harvey White territory.
Can Harvey White get it? Yeah, no, I agree with you. But like that ball from Dele Alli is Matt Doherty is bombing into the box on the far right side. It was inch perfect from Ali. It's not an easy ball to play, but he played it absolutely perfectly, and that's the quality that he has. It's just about getting that out of him and finding a position in the team that can suit him. But like, you know, I've always said it. Once the quality is there, once the class is there, it doesn't leave you. It, like, especially with the kind of period of his career is in, and he's shown that, you know.
I think with Dele, like Mourinho says he's a lazy trainer. I think what Mourinho wants out of Dele is more defensive work out of him, and just more in control when he's on the ball, like he has been today. And for me, I genuinely think it's up to Dele. Like, if you're a player at a club, it's up to the player to get into the manager's plans.
Yeah,
like,
so you know, see how the keeper is standing here. The keeper's right down. It's a free kick for Spurs, about 25 yards out. Lucas,
Is it?
It's
Lucas.
Lucas. It's Lucas.
Oh, that's disappointing. Well, you know what? Big up Lucas. Big up Lucas. I was about to turn this table up. I thought it was Harvey White, but look, great free kick. That's what we want to see from Lucas.
See how central the goalkeeper is standing. He's been beaten at his own side, but it's a fantastic strike from Lucas. But the keeper's made that so easy for him. Let's look at this again. Look, he can't see the ball.
That's shocking.
That's poor from the keeper. It sounds harsh, but that's really poor for the keeper. It's not even in the corner, to be honest.
I've never been so disappointed to see a free kick going in my life. I honestly thought it was Harvey White, man.
It's because thought it was him. Hey, Lucas free kick goal. And look at this, and another super chat from Jiminy, yet another one, saying, "Woohoo, a goal! Celebrate!" Oh, sorry, can't celebrate since it's Marine. Couldn't help myself. Come on, you Spurs, get it. Look, it's a goal. You have to celebrate a goal, especially when they're flying in like this one. It's Jedson whips into the box, but it's headed away this time. And in the space of 2 or 3 minutes, this game has been taken away from Marine. 3-0, game over. We're in the next round.
Matty, look, it's exactly what I said. They're going to come out the first 15, 20 minutes. I think we scored after 25 minutes. They were going to give it everything. And then we just picked them off, and it's exactly what I said was going to happen. Yeah,
you did. To be fair, your predictions always come true. Every single one.
Yeah, I'm never too far wrong, to be honest with you, lad. Never too far wrong. But believe me, there'll be one day where it will blow up my face, and it'll be on the biggest stage. I can tell you that now.
Carabao Cup final, live watch along, it'll all go wrong.
It'll be a live walk off if that happens, lad.
Here's Sissoko coming forward, plays it to Lucas. Lucas out to Davis, whips it across the face of goal, and
that went for a shot there, didn't he?
I was thinking it was actually looked a lot closer than I first realised. As he doesn't really whip it, he arrows it more than anything. Is it a shot?
Yeah,
nah, I think he's tried to whip that and he's just mishit it completely.
It looks like to me he went with the outside of the left foot there. He tried to get a bit of bend on it into the top corner. Matty, one thing I want to say is BBC, they need to sort out some of their camera angles. It's definitely no Sky Sports.
There's nothing like Sky Sports for watching football. But it's not good for you when you're playing against Tottenham and Ben Davis is trying to channel his inner Roberto Carlos. You've made mistakes there. As the keeper tries to kick it and he slips, it's not the best day for him.
No, it's not. Look, it was always going to be a big ask for him, and look, today it's just getting worse and worse for him. To be honest with you, I'm starting to feel a bit sorry for him in a way, because look, his defenders have done okay. They've done decent enough. Like the one where Vinicius rounded him, poor keeping. The free kick, poor keeping. You know what I mean? And then the one off Doherty straight to Vinicius' feet. It hasn't been a good start for him. But look, Matty, we're 8-time winners. We're in the hunt for 9, and it's kicking off nicely.
It is indeed. And look, Spurs is the third. Always played it behind Ben Davis. He plays across the face goal. It's good defending there. He's actually blocked the cross coming in at all. But 3 cup draws in a row where we've drawn the lowest ranked team in the competition, with Brentford in the Carabao Cup, Marine in the FA Cup, and Wolfsburger in the Europa League. So hopefully that luck continues for the season, and maybe we could have more than one trophy coming in. But a chance here for Marine. Play it. He's in. The left back's in.
Oh, good defending.
I'm kind of disappointed they haven't scored. I kind of wanted a
Yeah, to
moment
be
for it.
honest, yeah, I am. Like, I'm actually going to encourage them when they're going forward. As mad as it sounds to say, I'm starting to feel a little bit sorry for them. And look, like I said, this is their World Cup final, so I would like one of their players or two to have a moment of their lifetime. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be nice for them, because at the end of the day, we're going to have plenty more supporting Tottenham Hotspurs. But yeah, no, it was unlucky. What did he do? Yeah, he went to smash it. Good block. Who was that?
Really good block by Roden.
Yeah, Roden, well done.
Moment for Louis Barry scoring against Liverpool. I know it'll be a bit different in this game, but still, it would be nice to, now that we have the game wrapped up. I know I said before we like a clean sheet, but now we have the win. It would be nice to see one of them maybe get on the score sheet a bit.
Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, look, you want one or two of them to have the moment of their lifetime, really, don't you? Like, even for the keeper. Like, if we got a penalty, I'd love for him to save it just to have that moment. It's looking like the only moment he's going to get, to be honest.
Yeah. It was only saved so far. It fell straight through to Vinicius to notch it in for the second.
I want to say fair play to Marine. Like, you know, they got everyone excited for it. They got everyone, and they got all Spurs people, fans involved, and they've done a lot on social media to kind of build up the excitement of the game and everything else. So fair play to them. They made a very good go of it, I have to say. Yeah,
they did. It was a fantastic campaign. They've raised a lot of money that they absolutely deserve. As Harvey White picks the ball up in the edge of the box, tries to take it to Dele Alli. Oh, it's a good interception. Still in there. Vinicius. Oh, what a finish!
Is that him? Oh my God! God, what a finish, man. BBC really need to sort out the camera angles. Their camera is like halfway up the pitch, man. It's shocking. What a finish.
Carlos Vinicius. What a fantastic first half for him, but what a finish
sign him up. If he can produce something like that, sign this kid up.
We get to Jiminy's another super chat in a second, but as the ball kind of drops in the middle of the box, Vinicius on his left foot, it's not on the volley, but he kind of loops it up into the far top corner.
Finish.
It's a hat-trick for Carlos Vinicius. And if ever there was someone making a point to Jose Mourinho saying he deserves to be in the team, this is it. It's only Marine, but it's a first half hat-trick in the FA Cup. And again, Dele Alli.
He gets the ball back. And it was the ball was bouncing when he hit it, Matty. The ball was like, he flicked it up, ball bounce. Oh, what a finish. That is the bit of Brazilian flair we want to see. Oh, what a goal.
In midair, couldn't keep it. But Jiminy, again, with another super chat coming in with $450 this time, saying, I want Dele, Kane and Sonny to link up again. We can just see that one more time before Dele goes. Just one more time. That would be pure magic.
Well, one thing I will say is make sure you're not using your parents' credit card. Make sure it's your own.
Jiminy, honestly, thank you so much. I hugely appreciate the support. It's absolutely sensational stuff from you. I really appreciate it.
Big up. We should almost just give him the link next time if he wants to come on for the when you're bringing on the fans, just for the amount of super chats he's giving you in today.
Yeah, I could definitely do that, Jiminy. If you're interested in coming on, drop me a DM on Twitter. We'll get that link to you next time. Massively appreciate that.
No, I try my best for you. I got you a nice little reward there. You can come on and have your say.
David Harris providing for the fans as always.
Oh man, what a finish by Vinicius! Like the ball was bouncing and to hit it with the accuracy and into the corner like he did. What a goal!
Oh, Ali whips it in. Oh, Doherty nearly coming across the keeper there.
It's getting to the point every time the ball goes into the box, you think it's going to be a goal.
Could this be the 10-11-0 that we're saying we probably wouldn't see?
Well, do you know what? The reason why I was basing it not on that is because a lot of teams kind of, when they're 3-4-5 up, they kind of just tend to pass it around and show the team a lot more respect. But look, with a Jose team, I suppose, like I did say as well, like if you're these players out there, you want to be ruthless. You want to be making a statement.
Yeah.
And look, that's exactly what Vinicius has done today. Lucas with the free kick. He's actually been positive. He has tried a bit today. And Dele Alli as well, I have to say, he's been top drawer so far. He's been my pick.
Jiminy with another super chat coming in with $6 this time, saying I'm 21. It's definitely my card. Jiminy, honestly, I massively appreciate it. Thank you so much.
He's loving the banter.
That's huge from Jiminy. Really appreciate that. The English is saying he's a proper striker. I know it's only Marine, but his talent shines out today. Exactly. No matter who you're playing, that's still a fantastic, unbelievable finish. So full credit where it's due. Yeah,
100%. And look, everyone else out there, someone give this guy a break and put in your own super chats. As you can see, guaranteed to be read out. We're 4-0 up. Vinicius hat-trick. You know what I mean? And like I said, Matty works hard. It's even like, everyone knows what it's like to do a day-to-day job, working 5-6 days a week and that as well. So, you know what I mean? He does all this in his spare time. So every super chat and everything is to the Matt Hayes Army and to the cause is greatly appreciated. And memberships as well. Yeah,
the memberships are, at least you get something in return for those. If you do want to become a member, the join button's down below, starting just £1.99 per month. Spurs come forward again. Lucas Moura, the ball in the box, pokes it out to Doherty.
Oh my, what a miss.
Over the bar. I think Doherty was off. It was Vinicius. Get rid of him. Get him out. I don't want him in my club. He's a terrible striker. Get rid of him. No, Doherty offside there on the right hand side. It's a good call. He's miles off.
Very offside.
Miles off.
Oh Lord, he should have buried that dog.
He probably should have, shouldn't he?
Come here. Is there any more Marine fans watching? If there's any more Marine fans, get your comments in and let us know what you make of the game so far.
Dude, I'd love to hear just how much we're hurting you. Hardick saying we need a double hat trick from Vinny. And Dalby Skills here coming up in with the super chat with 25. I apologize, but I do not know what currency that is. Let me look that up just so I can do you justice. That is
it from Asia?
The Danish krone. That is the Danish krone from Dalby Skills. Saying favorite all-time Spurs. Oh yeah, he better be. I don't know your opinions on Ericsson actually, Dalby. Let us know would you like to see him back? But David, who's your favorite all-time Spurs player?
My favorite all-time Spurs player. Oh, Matty, you put me on the spot here.
Dalby put you on the spot, not me.
My favorite all-time Spurs player. Look, I want to say Robbie Keane, and he is in my top 5. Oh. For me, I'm going to go with Modric. I thought the guy oozed class, Matty. I thought that I loved watching the guy play. Because, look, the reason why I like Robbie Keane's one, because when I was growing up, I was a striker. And I used to score goals. And he was my idol, everything about him. And then the fact that he played for Tottenham was brilliant. But then as I was getting older, I was more of a midfielder because, look, I got stuck in. I have a good pass on the ball and everything else as well. And I'm better at reading. I'm better at being deeper, seeing more things than that. I'm better at that role. So look, Modric for me was a player that, look, at the time you have to remember when this guy came in, there was a lot of big physical Premier League midfielders, and this guy came in and made every single one of them look silly. Yeah. He did. He was so good on the ball. He was class, and as well he produced the odd screamer. I just loved everything about Modric.
For me, it's a really tough one. Oh, Deli not doing himself any help there. Because like I started supporting Spurs under Harry Redknapp. We've actually another super chat there from Jeremy Smith. I'll get to in a second. But like it's probably that team under Pochettino was the best Spurs team I've seen. Like I've seen Bale in his prime. I've seen Modric. I've seen Van der Vaart. But it's probably a really generic answer. But I have to go with Harry Kane. He's a pleasure to watch. And when he gets the ball, you always feel like something's going to happen. And he's somehow getting even better and better. A few more answers there. Gordon, thanks for joining, Gordon. Appreciate it. Saying Kino. And he says Ginola as well. Oh, and Berba. Simon saying Gaza. Mr. K saying Gaza. Hardick saying Sheringham and Keane.
Just on Ginola and the likes of Sheringham. I used to go to the lane with my old lad back when I was a kid when we were living over there. And I remember watching Ginola. Ginola was one of the very first players that for me stood out. He was so elegant on the ball. He was a magician, Ginola. He was class. Sheringham, look, by the time I kind of probably got to see him, he was probably past his best, but he's still done a job. And then, look, I've often gone through some tough times where we had Stefan Everson, Sergei Rebrov, players like that. It was kind of hard watch. Klinsmann, I got to see Klinsmann at the lane. That was a nice one. To see Jurgen, that made my day. To be honest, he was a fantastic player. Look, Matty, Harry Kane as well. Yeah, look, see, it's so hard. I don't have one favourite player. I probably have a top 5. I don't have one, but my top 5 say would be Modric, Kane, Keane, Son, and then Højbjerg or Ledley King, and then outside of that, then it's very quickly becoming Højbjerg.
Yeah, he's our own personal Viking. Absolutely outstanding to have. Jeremy Smith coming in with the £5 saying, well, it looks like we'll be able to leave the house now. Come on, you Spurs. Just you always fear Spurs will let you down and give you an awkward week.
Another free kick.
Free kick on the Xbox. You know what, the referees played the advantage and Delhi's played through, but everyone else has stopped, so we don't get the free kick. Thank you for that, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Kieran, welcome for joining the stream. Very annoying human. Saying between Carrick and Berba for me. Jiminy with another super chat saying, I've scored loads of super chats of my own. Where my winger's at. Also, it would be fun to come on one day. Thank you for the offer. Much appreciation. It'd be a pleasure to have you, Jiminy. Thank you so much for the support. You're definitely paying my week's wages this week. And another one, another one from Jiminy saying, favorite Spurs player for me is Sonny. Love the guy. Jiminy, honestly, I almost feel bad at this stage. It is halftime now at the Marine Travel Arena. It's 4-0 to Spurs. We'll get to that in a second. Favorite Spurs player for me is Sonny. Love the guy. Yeah, look, I think every Spurs fan has that kind of the soft spot for Son. He's just sensational. He really is. Dalby Skill saying Ricky Villa is the man. Simon saying, I've been supporting Spurs 32 years. I've seen some great players, but for me, it's Gaza. He was something else. Yeah, look, I had the pleasure of seeing Gaza myself, but I've been told he was special. Yeah,
he's a personal favourite. Me old lads, Gaza. He'll always remember that free kick in the FA Cup, I think, semi-final against Arsenal, and Ricky Villa as well, and Ozzy Ardiles. Two more of my favourite, my old lads' favourite ever Spurs players, because of course, look, he's from an older generation. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, he loved Ozzy Ardiles, Ricky Villa, and Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah, Vibe here saying, I know it's just Marine, but we've scored some nice goals, and we have. You know, like I said, that Carlos Vinicius goal, no matter who you're playing against, it's a really, or the third goal, he scored 3. It's a really clever finish. Whoever you're playing against, fantastic loop and volley into the far corner. Mr. K saying they got a top ref today. Let's hope he doesn't have any serious red cards to dish out second half as Marine stretch and get tired. And look, I think the bigger concern there is that we do potentially go on and score that 7, 8, 9, 10 goals. Which
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. I want to be sitting here celebrating goals. This is what I expected when the draw was made, Matty.
Yeah, I think we were saying beforehand, like Simon made the great point that the majority of games when you watch like this, it usually ends up being 3 or 4-0. You know, you never actually see a team really go all out for it. So it'll be interesting to see how Mourinho actually kind of approaches the second half, to see if he does go for the juggler, or if he shows a bit of respect and just, you know, you don't want to ruin these guys' day. You know, they knew they were going to lose, but let's not make it worse than it has to be. Flamethrower saying Alfie Devine to come on for Sissoko and Jack Clark for Jedson, which is probably the best approach for the second half. You know, I would like to have seen them start, but look, what an opportunity it is for them to go out and play with some of the first team players. I'd love to see the two of them get on. Eunice saying Marcelo will be happy today. The Brazilians are on the score sheet. The 4 goals all from Brazilians. The one day we don't have him. The one day we don't have Marcelo. Brazilians, they run riot.
Oh, stop! He'd be up there doing the samba dancing and everything. One thing I'll give the guy, he does back his countrymen. He loves them, in fairness. And do you know what? Just on your point that look, you know, we don't really want to hammer them at the end of the day as well. But look, Vinicius is looking hungry, man. Vinicius looks like he wants to prove something to Mourinho here today, and he's taking his chances. I give him that. And look, with no Dane Scarlett on the bench, he probably is going to get the full 90 minutes, in my opinion. So you could see a few more from this guy.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It could be a bit of stat padding, but it's still it's confidence that he'll be getting. Jiminy saying, let's not forget Hugo Lloris. Respect for him also. He's definitely stuck with us through times. He could have easily left for greener pastures. I assume it regards to our favourite players of all time. And that's, look, we don't, Hugo Lloris doesn't owe us anything. You know, he stuck through some horrible years playing, you know, when he first came in was in front of a shocking, or behind a shocking defence. He definitely deserves credit.
Hugo Lloris, look, he's my favourite ever goalkeeper. You know, and for me, he's probably the best ever goalkeeper we've had. Look, I grew up with Gomez for a while. Look, Gomez was a tricky one because he put in some unbelievable performances, and then, you know, he done some absolute howlers as well. And then you're looking at Paul Robinson again. Yeah, he was good for a while, but look, he had some calamitous days as well. But then, look, I grew up watching Ian Walker in goals. So Lloris, I have to say, has been an absolute breath of fresh air. And yeah, he's my favourite goalkeeper because Ian Walker was one that I just, I couldn't deal with.
Yeah, Dalby Skills with another super chat at 25 Danish krona saying the frame shirt you have, is it signed? It is actually. I got it for I got it for Christmas. I haven't actually been able to figure out many of the signatures on it yet, which is it's a bit annoying. But it is the 2010-2011 season, I think. It is signed. I'll be trying to figure out what's on it. I'll be hanging it up properly soon. But yeah,
will Chimbonda be on that? Was Chimbonda there back then?
I don't know, but I hope to God he is. What an autograph to have that would be, Pascal Chimbonda. Oh, man. There's one, I think, like on the top left, I think is Gareth Bale. There's one that I think is Aurelio Gomez, and there's one kind of like to the left of the mansion crest. It has a number 14 on it, so I think it's Modric. But
Steve Malbranck. Steve Malbranck might have been in the team back then.
No, I think he was gone before that. 2010, 11. I think he was maybe gone 2007, 2008. Seamus saying Alan Hutton. Another friend of mine. I work with Seamus.
Maybe. Maybe.
The Scottish Cafu, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what they call him. Look, I personally didn't rate him whatsoever. Look, do you know what I mean? But even growing up as a young lad, Matty, I was still the type of fan where I'm just looking at him like, why can't we just have better players? You know what I mean? I just want the best. I've always been like that as a kid. Always.
You have to. You have to always want the best players you could possibly have. Yassine saying, surely if Dele performs like this, he could actually bench Tanguy. I think he's a long way to go before he knocks Tanguy and Dembele out of the team. Dembele is just he's a class above Dele Alli at the moment. Dara saying Pavlyuchenko has to be there. GOAT. Pavlyuchenko, I think he's kind of seen as a meme player, but he actually was a very, very good footballer. There's some goals that he scored.
Very effective.
Yeah. There's a free kick. I actually never realized he scored until I saw it on YouTube recently. I forget who it was against, but a free kick that he nearly ripped the goals out. He nearly ripped the net out of the goals. Like, he was a fantastic player. And the first goal I actually remember seeing Tottenham score was a header Pavlyuchenko scored against Bolton. So he's a player that means a bit to me personally as well.
Do you know what, Pavlyuchenko? That's a good memory, Matty. I actually really enjoyed him. I thought he was good for Tottenham. I really did. I thoroughly enjoyed having him at Tottenham. Like, he scored some very good goals for us as well. Some important goals as well. I thoroughly enjoyed Pavlyuchenko. He
scored 2 to relegate Birmingham as well. The season they went down, which I know Seamus will be happy about. Seamus is a Villa fan, saying scored one of the best goals for Villa against Birmingham by dancing through the whole team. Iconic. I think that's where the Scottish Cafu thing really took off when he scored that goal. I don't think he actually ever scored for Spurs. And all the time he was there, not one goal he scored. Dalby saying it sure looks nice. I own a 1981 official replica FA Cup final shirt signed by Ardiles and Villa. Well, I think that's a bit better than one signed by Chimbanda and Bassong. That's a class thing to have, Dalby.
Jeez, Matty, looking at their changing rooms, they're absolutely tiny.
Oh, Spurs are changing in the bar today, aren't they?
Just a peg on the wall.
Well, Spurs, I think, would be happy to have the bar. But Jiminy with another super chat, this time coming in with $15, saying Vinicius is worth holding on to. Very exceptional player that is capable of giving Sonny and Kane a break from carrying the team. Seems he and Dele make a deadly link-up. Would like to see this more, which is a very good point. Ali and Vinicius both fit and firing today. So perhaps there could be kind of a backup to the Kane and Son partnership kind of coming to fruition there. But Jiminy, honestly, crazy stuff. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, just on Jiminy's point there, do you know what I'm thinking? Like, Dele Alli and Vinicius could be a very good partnership because they both have that edginess to them as well, where they like to play a bit on the edge, a bit on the dangerous side. They like to get stuck in, and they have that mean streak in them. And it's proven that today. Like, the two of them have that mean streak in them, and they just want to destroy them. They just want goals, and they get stuck in as well. It's brilliant. Good point. Well done, Jiminy.
Yeah, it is a good point. If maybe there are two players who are struggling to get into the team, so maybe them complementing each other could be what it takes to get them some regular first team football. Duff as well saying, great baller about Pavlyuchenko, half poacher, half genuine threat. Ripped us apart one day in 2010, I think. Look, it wouldn't surprise me. On his day, he was unstoppable. And look, I always love a nice out victory against Liverpool.
How many likes are we on, Matt?
We are on. Let me just reload this so it's the most updated one. We're on 141 likes, so closing in on 150. Come on, let's get it done, lads. There's 112 of us in here right now. I'm sure there's 9 of you who haven't liked the stream yet, so make sure to smash that like button if you are enjoying the stream. And again, as always, subscribe if you are new and you want more of this content, and check out the Irish Shade David's channel linked down in the description below. Viper saying that shot from Marine and hit the bar had my heart stop for a second. We just thought, just for 2 seconds there, it was going to happen, that we were going to be the one team that were one of 2 teams knocked out. But look, we've done well.
I just want to shout out to Jiminy. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do. I want someone that's as loyal as you are, definitely on my subscribe list. So make sure you subscribe to the Irish Shade if you haven't. Definitely.
Again, everyone head over to the Irish Shade channel linked in the description below. Fantastic content that deserves everybody's support. Mr. K saying Marine's goalkeeper looks down. He probably feels that his defence is allowing Spurs too close to his goal. Look, I think you need to. He probably is, but he'll understand. He'll know. It's not just any old team they're playing. It's a Premier League side. It's one of the best in England.
if I was him, Matty, I wouldn't be down. At the end of the day, there's levels to this game, and like if I was them, I'd just be like, they're never ever going to get anything out of this game. So I'd just be happy to be able to say, look, I played against Tottenham, I played against some of these players. Do you know what I mean? Look, there's nothing for him to be down about. At the end of the day, he's got a TV appearance. He's on BBC. You know what I mean? As far as he's, if I was in their position, I would be thinking, like, you know what I mean? This is as good as it gets. I definitely wouldn't be down. If the keeper does end up watching the highlights of this or something, I would say to him just to keep his head up.
Yeah, and Jiminy again with another super chat. God, we're losing county at this stage. Saying, "Get the likes up; it'll manifest a league win for Spurs." And if that isn't enough to get you to hit that like button, I don't know what is. And again, hit the subscribe button; it's completely free. It really helps me out. And we're trying to get to 4.9k today. We started the day, and I think it was 4,817. So we got about 40 from the stream already. So please smash that subscribe button. Let's get to 4.9k. I'm trying to get to 6k by the end of January, which I know is a massive ask, but. Look, was it Bill Nicholson who said it's better to fail aiming high than succeed aiming low? So look, let's go.
If anyone can do it, it's you. I have full faith. If anyone can do it, it's 100% you. Look, I think personally you will. I think you will reach the 600. But look, to the Matt Army out there, spread the word. Spread the word. Like Matty, you're a guy that can. Not only do you just have Spurs fans, you attract all football fans. So the Matty Army out there, spread the word of Matt Hayes. Spread the word of Fabrizio Romano. And Watchalongs and everything else. And let's get the guy to 6k. He deserves it.
Jimmy with another super chat. It's one for you, David, saying, I'll definitely sub to you as well. Don't worry. Jiminy, honestly, absolutely
Come on, Jiminy. I want someone as passionate about Spurs as you. Subscribe to my channel. Big up. Thank you.
Really appreciate that, Jiminy. Honestly, I can't say that enough. Viper saying, I'm already a subscriber of Matt Hayes, the Irish Yid, and Charlie THFC. Tell me if there's any more to sub to. Look, there's plenty more to sub to. Lily White Lane, who was on here a while ago, definitely go over and sub to him. And of course, the big channels, as always. I'm sure they those ones. Dalby. Look, David, what kind of subs would you be hoping for in the second half? We've spoken about Clark and Devine as well already. What kind of players would you like to see bringing on aside from them? Do you think Bale deserves a shout?
Yeah, I think Bale will come on. I think. Yeah, look. Get him on. Let's see. Like, because to be honest with you, if he comes on today and he just mopes about the pitch, it tells us it's an attitude problem with him. That's what it tells us. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to see Bale come on. I really would like to see Alfie Devine come on, or however you pronounce his name. I really would like to see him get a few minutes. Jack Clark again. I think, look, take off Shedson, bring on Jack Clark, give him a good run out as well. Who else? I don't want to say Ndombele. We can rest him. I don't want to risk an injury with the guy. He's a very important player of ours. So look, just keep him on the bench. Who else have we got on the bench?
Football fan is saying Devine and Tanganga are coming on.
Tanganga. Yeah, I definitely want to see Jaffet. I love this guy. He's the new Ledley King.
Oh, here Alfie Devine is coming on. This is going to be. It's going to be a fun one to watch. It really is.
Just quickly, is that Jason McAteer on the BBC commentary?
I don't know. I'm watching on beIN Sports 2 Qatar. I don't have BBC. I'm not watching it now. Like,
yeah, no, I think it was Jason McAteer, another player that used to play for Ireland. Scored, of course, that famous goal against Holland.
I don't remember it, to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of Irish football. It's just painful to watch. One goal in the entire year of 2020,
and it's from a defender as well.
Yeah, a header at a corner against Bulgaria is the most Irish thing to do. That'd be your only goal of the season.
It's painful, the rebuild we're going through at the minute, Matty. Like it's you know what? It's actually excruciating. Honestly, it's so. Honestly, people don't know the pain that it hurts me because I love watching my country. I love it. I still watch every game, every minute. But the rebuild is painful. Like the thing is, like we've tried Parrott, we've tried Ida. But to me, I think our big problem is the midfield at Ireland, Matty. I really do. I think we need to get better players in there. I like the looks of Jason Malumbi. He's come in, he's played well, he's blocked the box, he gets stuck in. But no, it's
the subs here confirmed by Alistair Gold are Alfie Devine for Sissoko and Tanganga coming on for Toby. So the two first team players I think we were talking about potentially picking up an unfortunate injury are both off the pitch. So that's good that they're getting their rest. And Jiminy, Jiminy, you need to stop.
Yes,
Jiminy with another $8 saying, just sub, turn the bell icon on as well. Also, who's our ideal signing for this transfer window? Jiminy, look, with all this money, you could probably buy the player that I want, but it's Marcel Sabitzer. Is who I'd call my ideal signing for the window. He's versatile. He fills a hole in our team, and he's just an extremely talented footballer. And I think you're the same, David, are you?
Yeah, 100%. If there's anyone to come in this window, I want Sabitzer. I do want Sabitzer. But with your money, Jiminy, let's fund the Donnarumma deal in the Donnarumma transfer in the summer. You can be a big part in it.
We could sign 2 Donnarummas at this rate. Honestly, Jiminy, crazy stuff. We have passed 150 likes. We are at 157. So let's see if we can get it up to 200 by the full-time whistle. So looking at a few of these numbers, we've had over 8,000 people joining us in the 2 hours so far. 157 likes and a whole lot of super chats, mainly by the one
Every
man as
week
well.
It seems to be getting more and more popular, doesn't it? Seems to be getting better and better.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's mad us just sitting down watching football that we'd usually be doing alone, getting the support like this, and it's honestly amazing. Dele Alli starting this half on the front foot again, driving forward. And Devine getting on the ball early on here. He's lost it, but I don't think he let his head drop. Look, not just Jiminy.
I can understand them wanting to watch you with the commentary and everything else, but God knows why they'd want to watch me, lad.
Oh, it's the passion. It's the passion. and the accent, a few of them have said. Look, even not just Jiminy.
I don't get it with the accent. I don't understand it, to be honest.
Thank you to Jiminy for all the super chats, but as well Jeremy and Dalby as well. Anyone else who has come into super chat, thank you so much for that. It is always appreciated. Jiminy with another one saying, I'll fund $6 to get our ideal transfer. Jiminy, have you won the lotto or something? Have you won the lotto? Is that what you're doing? Have you come into a lot of money? Oh, crazy stuff. Ronnie's well saying, everyone, let's get Matt to 5K subscribers. Everyone,
come on, man, Ronnie, love to see you.
Let's do it. Dalby saying Jiminy should take Levy's spot. Someone is willing to splash the cash.
Yeah, Levy out, Jiminy in.
I'd back that. We'll be signing everyone. As that King, they trying again for range, but it's a comfortable save this time for Joe Hart, who lumps it forward, tries to catch him on transition. Oh, no luck on that one.
Play off there for 1 second, Matty. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Look, I think this could be another convincing half by Spurs. I think it could be like we're talking about how Spurs could potentially sit back and kind of just let the rest of the game kind of peter out. But now that we do have the likes of Tanganga and Alfie Devine coming on, I think it adds that kind of hunger to the team. Players who will have a point to prove, who will want to do something. As Alfie Devine plays it forward to Lucas, it's a powerful pass. It was a difficult one to take in, but Devine early on really trying to getting on the ball, trying to pick out passes. It's amazing to see Devine and Hart both, or Devine and Harvey White both on the pitch with Joe Rodon as well. Tanganga now that centre back duo, and Jiminy saying another $8 saying, I wish I'd won the lotto. I donate the max amount if so. Jiminy, really appreciate that. Honestly, huge support from you, David. He's done it again. Look,
this guy Matty, Jiminy, I would love to hear you on the next watch along. Come on beforehand and just have a little chat with us. You deserve it. Big up, honestly. Your support means so much. And look, it's not even my channel. I can't thank you enough. I can only imagine how grateful Matty is.
I can't even describe it, to be honest. Jiminy, you've lifetime access to the channel. Any member show, hit me up on Twitter so I can send you the links and stuff. But honestly, Jiminy, thank you so much. Ronnie G saying,
Jiminy, you should just become a channel member. You should become a channel member at this rate.
Look, why not? I won't tell anyone not to do that. Kaylee Lowe saying, hey folks, another Irish Yid here. Welcome, Kaylee, to the stream. Another Limerick Yid there as well. The English Yid saying, like to see Bale now. Eunice saying, I love the Spurs community between you, Matt, David, Marcelo, and Charlie. Definitely worth subbing to, guys. Keep subbing. I appreciate that, Eunice. Thank you so much. Ronnie D saying,
just touching on that point, Matty. One thing that's great about it is like the cross promotions we do. You don't really see that with any other channels, because so the time is all divided. Whereas if they want to see likes of us, we're all on each other's channels, which I find is brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Especially when I started out, it wasn't a closed community, and I can only thank the likes of yourself, We Are Tottenham TV, Charlie, even especially Marcelo as well. I can only thank you because look, you not that you made it. Like you helped me out with my channel. I'm sure everyone is aware of that now. You have helped me out, and you still do to this day. And the fact that the community wasn't closed off, you you know, you're accessible guys. Fair play to you, honestly. And one thing I just want to say is I do love the cross promotion of different channels, and to be honest with you, I think it works.
Yeah, no, it definitely does, and I owe as much to you, David, always coming on here for the watch alongs and other stuff as well, supporting this channel. But look, it's, you know, we're all helping each other out. It's not like we're not doing it just to help people out. We're doing it because we enjoy it. You know, I enjoy every conversation I have with David, with Marcelo, with Charlie, with Ben and Sim from We Are Tottenham TV, with all the other, like, from, you know, the Tottenham Podspur lads who come on here, the lads as well. All of them, you know, it's always a fantastic chat, and we do it because we enjoy it. It's kind of an added bonus that you know, people enjoy listening to us do it, to be honest. Ronnie saying, are you boys on the post-match fan show for We Are Tottenham TV? I'll probably be there today as well. Yeah, will you be there, David, as always?
Lad, I'm always there. I'm there for every game. Everyone knows who I am. Believe me, I'm always there. Of course I'll be there. I never let up. It doesn't matter who we're playing.
Mr. K said, Matt and David, thank you for creating an alternative to static existing channels. Mr. K, thanks for the support. You know, it wouldn't be possible for us to do things like this without the likes of you, Mr. K, with all the channel members, with Jiminy, with the super chats, and everyone who is watching, everyone who likes, everyone who subscribes. You know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So we owe as much to you as anything else, guys. Really appreciate it.
Just on that quickly, Matty. I just want to say, without you guys tuning in and throwing your support behind us, you know, we wouldn't be doing it. Honestly, we wouldn't. You know, the more subscribers, the more likes we get and everything else, just shows us that you enjoy it. Because, look, you don't know how hard it is to make a video when no one's watching. Do you know what I mean? And like, yeah, it's good doing it because you enjoy it. But when no one's watching it, it's very hard. It's very hard to make videos. So, yeah, and the subscribers and the people watching out there, honestly, don't underestimate how much you mean to us. And how much your support is needed as well. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm not sure what happened with Matty Hayes there. To be honest, I think he's just dropped out for a second.
Sorry,
we
I
have
don't know what happened there.
A shot. It was a very tame effort, comfortably into Joe Hart's hands.
I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that. Let's. Eunice saying, would definitely love to come on and have a chat with you guys and give out my thoughts on transfers in the games. We'll definitely try after I'm done my uni semester. Love you, lads. But look, we might have a show even in the next week or so. Like you know, it's something for me to give back to the channel members when we have the members only shows. But we can have other shows where anyone can come on. So maybe we can do that in the next week or two with transfers and stuff like that. So we can do that soon, Eunice. Mr. K saying, as soon as I get a job, I'll join the channel, max out all my cards right now. Look, there's no pressure on anyone. I appreciate the support. And speaking of new members, we got Kaylee coming in with a champion level. Kaylee, thank you so much. Someone who's always supported my videos from when I started. Kaylee, massively appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, fair play.
No, I've actually forgot to get my game back up after trying to fix that. There it is. What do you make of Alfie Devine start so far, David? He looks keen to get on the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks positive and he looks keen to get on the ball. That's what you want. Like, you don't want these young lads coming on here being bounced around and you know, being afraid to express themselves. The fact that they've come on and they're not afraid to express themselves, and the fact that he's playing in there at heavyweight and the two of them are still making it look easy, it's testament to the two young lads. You know what I mean? It shows good mentality, good character. So,
speaking of character, Dele Alli nearly breaking through there, but no luck.
I hope he scores today, Matt. He deserves a goal. He's been very bright today.
Yeah, no, rough challenge. They're flying into the challenges at the moment, Marine. But
yeah, it's got a bit scrappy. We need another goal to kind of.
Devine, when he's on the ball, really reminds me of Jack Clark. Like, when I first saw him pick up possession a bit deeper, I thought Jack Clark had come on and we'd missed it. He looks really similar, even just his kind of his body language, the way he kind of manipulates the ball. It's an interesting one there, but good ball into. And there it is. There it is. Jiminy becomes a YouTube member. Jiminy, yes. Thank you so much. Honestly, I know I keep saying it, but I can't thank you enough. As Vinicius takes down in the box, so he just he skies that one as a chance for number 4. Jiminy, I don't know how to keep saying thank you, but thank you so much for that. Massively appreciated. Ronnie saying, have you guys met in person or is it always virtually? No, I've actually never met David in person. Only known David a few months really through the We Are Tottenham TV fan show. Same with Marcelo, Charlie, all the lads. But look, as soon as it's safe, we'll definitely be heading over for a game, and we can bring you guys some good content from that as well.
Yeah, 100%. And look, Matty, one thing I want to say to you is big up you. You picked me up off We Are Tottenham TV. You gave me a chance. You didn't have to do it, honestly. But no, look, as soon as restrictions is lifted, lockdown is lifted, me and you, I definitely know we're going to try and get over to a game so we can enjoy one together, have maybe a good weekend in London, and also bring you guys a live match blog. I'm sure it's something you'd love to see as well. You know what I mean? Like, we might even be able to do like a live predicted lineup outside the stadium, something like that. We'll try our best. But yeah, no, Matty, it's been an absolute pleasure so far. It's been a great journey that the two of me and you have been on, watching the games together and everything. And yeah, no, 100%. We'll definitely be meeting up as soon as lockdown and all is finished.
Yeah, look, David, to be honest, I only bring the people on the channel who I know have something to bring to the fans and can add something to the discussion. So look, it's all credit to you. I really love listening to you on We Are Tottenham TV. So I had to get you on here and take advantage of your knowledge for myself. We've another channel member coming in, Eunice, this time coming in with the channel membership. Eunice, thank you so much. Honestly, I keep saying it, but I really can't describe how grateful I am for all the support tonight. Absolutely huge. Martin, another channel
it's absolutely overwhelming considering the nature of the game. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, considering the nature of the game, like, you know, I wasn't expecting to do big numbers or anything today, but honestly, it's been amazing. The support you guys are showing is unbelievable. Yeah, no, I'm the same. I was expecting just a quiet night tonight, watching Spurs bang a few in, but crazy support. That's 4 new members we've had tonight, and a string of super chats as well. James saying best Tottenham content out there. Huge. I really appreciate that. Mr. K saying, by subscribing and joining your channel, we're all saying thank you to you, David and Marcelo. And look, I have to say thank you to David and Marcelo as well. You know, they definitely add a new dynamic to my channel with these watch-alongs and stuff. Jiminy. This guy. $15 this time by Jiminy. He's a hero. I'm starting to love him. I don't even know who he is. I've loved Jiminy from the first super chat, saying, go Delhi, playing great today, loving the passion. This is exactly what Mourinho wants from Delhi. In the Spurs documentary, Delhi actually played really well after Jose scolded him. It's happening again. Look, fingers crossed, as you say, Delhi getting on the ball again, fairly advanced. Vinicius back to Delhi. Maybe broken down a bit there. Oh, look, he's creating so much from nothing. He plays into Lucas. Yeah. Oh, it's a good challenge. But every time he gets in the ball, he's looking to create something. But Jiminy, look, I'm going to say it every time you send one in. I thank you so much. Honestly, thank you so much. Andrew, welcome to the stream. Everyone in the comments, show Jiminy a bit of love. Everyone in the comments, show Jiminy a bit of love. Everyone sending a little love heart for Jiminy's. Ali again looks to play into Carlos Vinicius. Almost forgotten about the game in the second half. We've been reading all the Jiminy's super chats. Andrew saying, hi Matt, how are you? So far so good. Come on you Spurs, from Andy in Edmonton. Yeah, look, it's going well. We said we didn't need a good performance, we just needed to get the win, but so far we're having both. And good to see some young players getting out of the pitch, and I hope you're well as well. I hope you're well as well, Andy. Delhi, every time I look at the screen, Delhi's on the ball. Every time I look at the screen. He's been so bright today. The reason why I wanted him to start today was exactly why exactly what he's doing. It's exactly what I had in mind. It's worked out perfectly. Look, and besides, if Vinicius didn't score a hat-trick for me, Dele Alli would be my man of the match, honestly. Yeah, he's been really influential. He's created the first goal. He created the third goal as well. The second goal. Oh, he's just been everywhere. He's been so influential. Yeah. Let me have a quick look at the stats here and see how he's faring. Harvey White, I have to say, has had a brilliant game in the middle of the park as well. He's been so short on the ball and everything. He's got stuck in as well. I think he's had a great game. Alfie Devine has had a very good impact as well. But oh my God! Do you know what? We said this needed to be Dele Alli's. This needed to be his day. This needed to be where he made a point. Most touches on the pitch today, Dele Alli with 78. Most accurate passes on the pitch today, Dele Alli with 50. Most key passes on the pitch today, Dele Alli with 4. Crazy. Yeah. Look, Carlos Vinicius is going to get all the credit because he's the man who scored the hat-trick. But Dele has been absolutely ridiculously good in the middle of the park. And again, it's Marine, we know. But a player who's lacking confidence, who's lacking game time, you know, as David said earlier, you can only beat what's in front of you. And Ali he's been incredible today. And look, Matty, we did say we needed him to stand out head and shoulders above the rest, and it's exactly what he's done. Look, whether he wants out or not, he's definitely proven a point to Mourinho today. I can tell you that. Yeah, for definite. And he's shown, even if we do need to keep him here just because of injuries, he still offers us something. He does offer us a lot. Kaylee saying it's great seeing fellow Yids help each other out. Such a great community. It is, and look, Kaylee, the Facebook group as well. It is a fantastic community.
I've just seen something in the chat. I'm not going to spoil it, David, but So let's just sit back and enjoy what's about to happen. I don't want to spoil it too much.
Here, I think I know what it is. It's Harvey White, isn't it?
It's not Harvey White, but it's the next best thing. It's the next best thing. Oh, how far behind are we? Oh my God.
We can only be a minute. This must be it coming up there.
Alfie Devine picks it up. Oh, what a finish. What a
Come
finish.
on. What a goal.
15 minutes into his first appearance for Spurs. Unreal.
The way he took that ball and kind of shimmied inside it reminds me of Dele Alli at his best. What Dele Alli used to do. He'd get the ball in them positions, kind of shimmy quickly and take a strike. What a goal. And do you know what? I was actually speaking about him in my preview, right? And Marcelo was saying, no, I don't think we are going to see him, this, that, and the other. And I said, look, I'm going to talk a small bit about him because I think he is a player that we could bring because, he's very popular. He's training in around the first team and have very high hopes for him. So I'm absolutely delighted for the kid. Well done. What a strike. Beating the keeper at the near post. Quality.
It's a brilliant backman from Lucas to send it into Devine. He's two players facing him up. Look, you can question the keeper beating at his near post, but that's such a good finish from Alfie Devine.
Yeah.
It's low and hard. It's a difficult one for the keeper, but as Simon says, what an impact he's made. He's going to be a player.
Sure, the first ball he picked up, he tried to play forward. He tried to be positive, and it's just his reward for it. Do you know what I mean? This is the thing, and I don't want to keep harping on about it, but everyone keeps talking about Harry Winks and all, but then you have youngsters coming in that are trying to play forward and make this positive impact. Do you know what I mean? The kid's already nearly got as many goals as Harry Winks.
Yeah. And he's 15 minutes into his Spurs career. Oh, crazy.
I'm delighted for him. He looks like a real talent, this guy. He's very positive on the ball.
I've got a tweet about that.
You have to. You send one out now. No, I'm absolutely delighted for the guy. Just on him actually, Matty. So he's played 7 games for the under-18s this season. He scored 2 goals with 1 assist. For the under-23s, right, he's played 4 games. He scored 1 goal and got 1 red card. And he's only 16. And now he's played his senior debut. He's played 15 minutes and he's got 1 goal. I've probably a good few stats on his passing already. He's been very comfortable on the ball. The guy, he's a huge prospect. I think Marcelo should. I think he owes me a text.
Do you know what? Is he the youngest ever scorer for Spurs now? If he's only 16, could he be our youngest ever goal scorer? I think you just see Jack Clark tagging out there.
I don't know. Get on to Alistair Gold's page on Twitter quickly. I'm sure he'll let you know straight away.
I'll look it up. Where's the youngest ever goal
That's
scorer?
A free kick. Please make this Harvey White's moment, please.
Spurs' youngest ever goal scorer before today was Frank Saul, who was 17 years and 145 days old.
So he has to be the youngest goal scorer now.
Yeah.
He's only 16.
And he only turned 16 3 months ago.
Yeah, and he's already in training with the first team. Mourinho loves him.
That is crazy. So Alfie Devine, whatever you want to call him, the youngest goal scorer in Tottenham Hotspur Football Club history at 16 years and 3 months old. I'm
going to call him Divine because that goal was divine. So we're going to call him Divine.
We'll settle that. That's it. And Harvey White's sending over a free kick here.
Oh, please let this be Dynamite White's moment. Please.
I'm not looking at the chat just in case it does spoil it for me.
Please. Top corner, top bins. Soccer AM.
Over the bar.
It doesn't matter. He's had a very good game today. He's been composed. He's got stuck in when needed. Who's this coming on?
Oh, look at that for a duo. Gareth Bale and Jack Clark. No, so Dele Alli coming. That's
I
can't clap, so I only have 1.5 hands, but let's get a round of applause in there for Dele Alli for a fantastic performance.
Dele Alli if I was Dele Alli, I would be fuming right now.
Do you think Marino could be thinking he's the man we need against Villa?
Well, if it is, Mourinho wants to get his arm around him quick and have a word with him, because if not, it's only going to escalate.
Bale with a big smile there for Dele Alli as he walks off the pitch. They know how good he's been. Absolutely incredible performance from Dele Alli.
Jack Clark. Look, he's a guy that I did say on your channel, Matty, that I don't think he's going to make it. So hopefully he can come out here today and prove me wrong.
I hope to God he
Gareth Bale,
does.
big smile on his face. You can tell he wants to pick one up from about 40 yards on the left boot.
But even like ignoring like the obvious, for Marine here, what a moment it is for them facing up Gareth Bale in the FA Cup.
Yeah,
That's a fantastic moment for that club as well.
You know, they would have watched this guy destroy teams in the Champions League final. Do you know, namely Liverpool with his 2 goals against Karius. I just have to get that in there to wind up Rob and Shane. Do you know what I mean? But look, what a moment this is for them to have him gracing their pitch. You know, everyone knows who he is. He's a superstar. So yeah, fair play.
Oh, there's a tweet that is going to go. It's going to blow up a bit on Twitter. But at 6:10 p.m., so a couple of minutes before the goal, this Divine brother is not ready for the step up.
Who said that?
I don't know what the account is. It's just called Oog.
Yeah, he's in for a long evening. That guy.
I'll be getting a lot of notifications.
Send that on to me, Matty. I'll definitely be getting on to him.
I'll tag you in that right now.
I have to say, I don't like the Marine jersey with the gold and the black on the front. I don't like it.
Yeah, I thought they were a black and white jersey, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought maybe we would rock up here in the green jersey. That's why I put mine on.
No, that's the white one. It's the best one. But 25 minutes left here at the Marine Travel Arena, and it's Marine 0, Tottenham 5. A hat-trick for Carlos Vinicius, a free kick by Lucas Moura, and a historical goal, it has to be said, by Alfie Devine to make it 5. Hardik saying, got to give credit to the passion and energy shown by Jedson. Yeah, look, he's put a lot into the game, but I'm sure he has kind of more personal motivations than anything. You know, he wants to get back in that Benfica team when he returns there. But yeah, I suppose credit where it's due. He's been a good addition for us today. And Hamami coming off, the man who had a few goals at Harvey White in that first half. He's been subbed off. David, is there any player that you haven't been happy with today, or is it just one of those days where you can't?
No, to be honest with you, look, Vinicius was good. He's been very good. I have to say, Lucas played well. He was positive. He tried things. He even got his free kick. Dele Alli was the best player on the pitch. Jedson even put in a performance. Sissoko was very good. He got on the ball, drove forward, drove at them. Harvey White has been very good today. Talk getting stuck in. He's been very good on the ball, very composed. Decent enough on set pieces as well. He's been a threat. Alfie Devine come on, he scores. He's been very composed on the ball again, very good. Looks like a player for the future. Matt Doherty's been involved. You know what I mean? Of course, he made that run in for one of the Vinicius goals. You know what I mean? Ben Davies has been good as well. The 2 centre backs have had nothing really to do. To be honest with you, Joe Hart, I'm not happy with the way he pulled his hand up from that shot. That's the only thing I'm not happy with at the minute, honestly, because it's just long range again.
The one shot he had to face didn't even go in. He still managed to make a mistake.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, Kaylee saying that's exactly it. I love seeing the smaller clubs in the FA Cup. What a moment it is for sure with regards to Bale coming on. Especially Crawley, who beat Leeds earlier. Think of the money they'll now get for it. Exactly. And look, the money raised for Marine today by mainly Spurs fans is absolutely sensational.
Yeah.
It'll make a massive difference to that club, especially in the times that we're in right now. Jiminy saying Gareth the GOAT. The English Shade saying, would love to see these youngsters give more time in the league. Some great performances so far. Do you think Harvey White, Alfie Devine, not so much Jack Clark, but could they be putting themselves in with a shout of playing in the Premier League sometime soon?
Look, Harvey White, I think definitely is giving himself a shout to kind of get a couple of minutes in the Premier League. I'm not calling for them to start. I'm not stupid. Do you know what I mean? I'm not silly. But if you're looking for subs to come off and you kind of want an impact, which we haven't really seen for substitutions, there's no better player to do it than a youngster because they're hungry. Do you know what I mean? They want to be out there. They want to take their minutes. Just as I'm speaking, we have Gareth Bale lining up a free kick.
Ooh.
Keeper.
Keeper struggled with that one.
Yeah,
it's Bale about 25, 30 yards out. It's an awkward angle for a left footer, but he goes with that typical knuckleball. And you can see the keeper doesn't face a lot of those in the 8th tier of English football.
No, he kind of flapped at that one, didn't he? Yeah. But no, look, I definitely would like to see the likes of Harvey White and Alfie Devine certainly being involved with the squad and putting the pressure on some of the fringe players like Jetson, Harry Winks and all. Because look, judging on their performance today, look, I know the Premier League again is another. It's a bigger step up. But look, looking at these two guys out here today, they're definitely ones that can make that step up.
Yeah, like it's not like you've never seen a player of that age. Look at Wayne Rooney. He was 16, 17 when he first made it. Dele Alli even 18 when he first got into that Spurs team. Sometimes it's the younger players that can be that kind of kick that you need to spur you on in a season. Yeah,
100%.
Jiminy St. Deli for man of the match, and someone with the clap cut out in their back garden. I think Vinicius will get the award, but Dele Alli certainly deserves a shout. He's been incredible today. He's such a big influence. Sergio Reguilon, is it about to come on? So it's a weird sub. Eunice saying, what are your thoughts on Tottenham going after Nick Pope for a goalkeeper because Lloris and Hart are getting old? Yeah, look, Rob even said it a while ago. Pope could be a keeper for us because Hart, what are you doing? Oh, he's done well, to be fair. He's held for the homegrown quota as well, and he's a good goalkeeper. I think he should be England's starting goalkeeper. Jordan Pickford shouldn't be anywhere near that team, and he'd be a good addition. But I think there are better keepers out there that we could go for.
Just on that, to be honest with you, right? So our keeper Hugo's not asked to use his feet as much anymore. So if you're bringing for me, then you're kind of looking at who's the best shot stopper around, and for me, he's definitely right up there in the Premier League. So. It's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. Just on this homegrown quota thing, Matty. The thing is, what we can do is to avoid this is just, if you're signing a foreign player, just replace him in the squad with another foreign player. It's sorted. And then just sell on that foreign player that you're replacing. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. We just seem to be making a massive issue of it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know if it's getting worse because of Brexit, if they're kind of tied to restrictions, but it just seems weird. It's something that seems to be causing Tottenham more problems than any other team. As Jack Clark bursts forward, plays it into Vinicius, but it's a poor touch. It seems to be affecting us more than any other team, and it's a good point. If you sell a foreign player, replace him with a foreign player. If you sell an English player, replace him with an English player.
The thing is, right? So people are talking about bringing in a centre back. Most likely, it's going to be a foreign option because look, players in the Premier League don't come cheap, especially to the Premier League clubs. It's just the way it is, unless their contract's running out. But look, for me, so if you go and sign, just for instance, we're going to use Milinkovic. So if we sign Milinkovic, you're replacing Sanchez. So you can go and sign Milinkovic because you're replacing Sanchez. You know what I mean? You're bringing in a foreign player to replace a foreign player. It's as simple as that. It's not hard.
But I think then that would kind of bring up the question: if we are getting rid of Dele Alli, who do we replace him with?
Oh, you know who I look. Yeah. Look, I am calling for Sabitzer, but if you do want to replace him for an English player, I'd be going all out to make a stab at Jack Grealish. Just test the water there. But look, then again, like you say, look, if you do sell Dele Alli on, you can register maybe Harvey White or Alfie Devine in the Premier League squad, and then just still bring in Sabitzer, but replace for instance Lamela. He's out injured an awful lot. Do you know what I mean? You've three white wingers there who are not doing an awful lot, so one of them could drop out.
Jedson, of course, is actually in the Premier League squad. I think he might actually be left out.
I think he was left out, but you know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? You can still register Harvey White or Alfie Devine, and then just for instance, you've three right wingers there not doing something, so one of them are going to have to miss out, and unfortunately, you're just going to have to show tough love. It's at the end of the day, you're just going to have to do it.
Yeah. And by the way, lads, Reguilon has come on for Ben Davis, and Jiminy saying, love Reggie. He's been an invaluable asset to our team at pivotal moments this season. He has. He's been an incredible addition. I think without him, we wouldn't be close to where we are in the table right now. And I feel as though that stands for the majority of our signings, barring Matt Doherty and Joe Hart. If we didn't have Højbjerg, we wouldn't be where we are. If we didn't have Reguilon, we wouldn't be where we are. Jose, I think, did well in the transfer window. Jiminy also saying, I don't want to get rid of Dele, and look, I'm the same, and a lot of Spurs fans are. Look at that from Jack Clark. Look at the burst of pace there.
Oh, go inside on the right and have one. Have a kid. Oh,
the angles didn't look unlucky. The burst of pace there for Jack Clark to get in on that loose ball.
Yeah.
First to it. But yeah, look, with Dele Alli, there's just that sentimentality. You don't want to let him go when he was going to be Spurs. He was going to be Spurs through and through. He was going to be that massive player for us. It's kind of hard to accept his time in the club might be over. And no matter how bad he gets, no matter how long this drags out for, it'll always be disappointing to see him move on.
Yeah. Look, the way I'm looking at it today, he played great today. For me, apart from Vinicius' hat-trick, he would be my man of the match. But look, the fact that he was hauled off today, there's two ways of looking at it. One, Mourinho just tough love with Ali. I don't know why. Or it means that Mourinho could be looking for him against Villa. Now, I'm hoping it's playing against Villa. I really am.
He deserves it.
Look, I agree. I agree with you all. I'd love Ellie to stay. I'd love him to get back in the team, and so we can all rejoice with some of the amazing goals he brings us. But I'm just thinking logically at the minute, if Mourinho has no use for him, and Mourinho is planning on being there for another 2 years, it's a long ask to ask Dele Alli to wait out 2 years for another manager to come in to try and force his way into their plans. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I wouldn't do it with any player.
You can't do it.
For me, because we do need the reinvestment in another midfielder, namely a centre attacking midfielder. It's probably getting to the point where it's right for all parties.
Yeah. Look, it's upsetting, but look, I think we all kind of dodgy challenge there, and is that on Harvey White? Do you know what? To be fair, Harvey White has taken a few dodgy challenges today, and every single one he's been straight back up on his feet. Yeah. He hasn't been rolling about. He hasn't been screaming. He hasn't been asking for a yellow. He's been back up on his feet and taking the quick free kick. I've been really, really impressed with him today. Yeah, really impressed. I told you, I've been telling everyone, even on my preview, I bigged this guy up. I couldn't wait to see him. And for me, I've been really impressed with him today, honestly. Not only has he done he's been great on the ball, passing ways, keeping things ticking over. He's been adventurous as well. He's getting up there and around the box on the end of things, trying to get a few shots off as well. But he's got stuck in. He's got stuck in, which is what you love to see from a young lad. You'd love to see it. And look, hopefully he can just keep on this trajectory, Matt. Keep going, keep pushing himself. And look, if he keeps going the way he's going and he does prosper nicely, there's already made replacement for Højbjerg. You know what I mean? You also have young Skip to come back off Norwich as well. Yeah. So, look at that midfield, especially centre midfield. You kind of have what you want. So you have Ndombele, you have Sissoko, and you have Højbjerg. Then outside of that, you've young Skip coming through who will make it at Spurs. He will be at Spurs next year. You have Harvey White, Alfie Devine. You know what I mean? So we're looking good in that. We're looking stocked in that position. Just look, people always criticize Jose Mourinho for not giving youth a chance. They forget about what he did with Balotelli, McTominay, Rafael Varane. But look at the quality of young player we have potentially coming through this team. We've even players already who were kind of out on loan as Oliver Skip, Ryan Sessegnon, Troy Parrott. Players who are on today, of course, Harvey White, Alfie Devine, Jack Clark, Joe Rodon, Jaffa Tanganga. And players that we even haven't been in the shout yet. Dane Scarlett, Jamie Bowden, Dennis Serkin. There's a lot of incredible young players coming through this squad right now, coming through this team. And I do think Mourinho is the right man to have here to do it, because Pochettino always seemed kind of reluctant to throw players into situations like this, young players like that. But I think Mourinho has done it superbly today in that he gave Harvey White and Joe Rodon the start, and then when things are okay, he brought on Tanganga, Devine, and Jack Clark. So they're in a situation where they can go out and express themselves. There's no pressure, there's no stress in them. We've won the game. Yeah. It's just go out, play with these world-class footballers, and show us what you can do. And so far they have done that very, very well.
Look, for me, it's interesting you brought up Pochettino there. For me, look, Pochettino, as a youngster, he'll teach you everything you need footballing-wise. But one thing he couldn't teach you, and one thing that Mourinho will give you, is he'll give you that edge. He'll give you that, that bit of toughness you need, that bit of personality you need to be able to make it at the top level. Because as a top player, to be a top player, you do need that bit of arrogance. You do need that bit of steel. You do need that personality. You do need that character. You know what I mean? And that's the other side that Mourinho will give these young lads. And you wouldn't see them out here today if they didn't have it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Comment here coming in from Hardick saying, will you pay the 40 million to make Vinicius deal permanent or work with Parrott next season? I think it's an 18-month loan deal for Vinicius, so we won't have to make up our minds until the summer of 2022. So we have a while to decide on that one, but I think we would need to make Vinicius permanent, because Parrott just isn't at the level where we can rely on him to be a backup striker. He's struggling at Millwall, and I'm not going to say I'm losing faith.
He has been injured an awful lot, though.
Yeah, he has. And I know his relationship with Mourinho is quite strained at the moment. But look, only time will tell.
Yeah, look, he's another one. Interestingly enough, he like when he was at Tottenham, he's very, very close friends with Dele Alli. Very good friends, the two boys are. So it's interesting enough that the two of them kind of have that relationship they have with Mourinho at the minute. And look, Parrott, he was at the stage where, look, he was way too good for the under-23s and the under-age teams. He was smashing in goals for sport. But again, for me, he doesn't look quite ready for senior football yet. Do you know what I mean? Like he is picking up a lot of injuries as well. And look, from an Irish perspective, obviously, I hope Parrott works out. But yeah. I just question his professionalism off the pitch.
Yeah, that's where the only question in him lies at the moment, to be honest. Which is upsetting because you often see players who have the quality, they have everything except it's a good ball in behind. Doherty just can't reach it. Like they have everything except the attitude, except the mentality. Look, Ravel Morrison is the first kind of example that springs to mind. I think it was Rio Ferdinand was talking recently about how they were looking at that kind of U team they were in, and it had the likes of Paul Pogba, and Morrison was the player they saw and identified as the one who would be the best footballer, and he let himself down. And you just hope Troy Parrott doesn't fall into that bracket, but it's very possible.
And that's why I keep talking about character and mentality, Matty, because look, you can have all the talent in the world. At the end of the day, it's your character and mentality that gets the best out of it. Your willingness to succeed, your drive to succeed, even when you're in the papers the whole time, to be able to just brush that off and get out there and play. And this is why I keep harping on about it, because for me, you'll never be a top player unless you have that.
Yeah. Jiminy saying, I couldn't ask for anyone better to be our manager. Respect to Mourinho. This man is truly the special one and very misunderstood by people. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in love with Jose Mourinho. I'm in love with him. I love him.
I think people judge him too much on his time at Manchester United rather than every other team he's been at in his career. You know, I think
as well, like, people want to make him the scapegoat the whole time because it's just easy. It's the easiest option the whole time to make the scapegoat. You know what I mean? And the thing is, when you have a manager like him at your club, that's where you have to start questioning the players and the levels they're at, this, that, and the other. Because look, make no mistakes about it. Pochettino was a great manager for Tottenham, and he got the very best out of all of these players. He did. In fairness to him, I give him that. He got the best out of them. But like at the same time, we didn't win anything, and we never got over the line. We always failed in the big games. And Mourinho's changing that. So look. For me, when things go wrong, it's very easy to lay the blame at his door. But, it's not. You have to start looking at the players. And I'm just delighted we have a man of his stature in the dugout at our club.
Yeah, I still kind of have to double take when I think of him being our manager. Like, he's one of the biggest names in football. He's one of the most successful managers. One of the most successful managers ever. And the fact that he is at Tottenham Hotspur, like little Tottenham Hotspur, they're called sometimes. Obviously, we're not, but it's crazy. Yeah. Jimmy saying, I think Vinicius will be my priority to keep on the team if I had to choose between Vinicius and Parrott. He has the burn and fire and desire to win both on and off the pitch. He has a winning mentality. And look, on his winning mentality, when he was 20, he was the fifth choice centre back for a team in the Brazilian league, and now he's the second choice striker for one of the biggest teams in the Premier League, one of the biggest teams in the world. That mentality of his can never be questioned.
Clark's
out in the right. Terrible by Jedson. Clark was breaking forward.
And you know what's pissing me off? He's just standing there with his hands on his knees. Get back and fucking win it, you stupid. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, you're giving away the ball and you just go down on your knees like that. Go and win it back.
I feel bad for Clark. I feel bad for Clark because he had so much space out on that left-hand side. Oh, it's a good turn by Bale. Terrible strike, though. Clark had so much space down that left-hand side. All it took was a little slide-through ball in front of him, and he was in and probably would have scored. But look, it's 5-0. We can't complain too much. You were saying, but even with United, he's won the Europa League as well as the League Cup. If they judge him based on that performance, with that terrible team he had, he won a treble, not the treble, but he won a treble with them. Just showing that strike there again by Queenie with Joe Hart.
Do you know what? In fairness, that was a good strike by your man. That was a quality strike. Oh, what is Joe Hart doing?
Oh God, he would have got a hand in that comfortably. He could easily have tipped that over the bar. I don't know why he pulled his hand. Maybe he was further off his line than he realised. Go on.
Yeah, but then, like he trains most of the week in positioning and reflexes. Do you know what I mean, Matt?
Yeah, it's true. He's had a successful career in that. He's won Premier Leagues. Like,
fair play to them people that are dedicated, standing around, in their gardens watching and all. Because make no mistake about it, it's freezing. It's freezing out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd be up in one of those cozy little bedrooms looking out the window.
Yeah, that's where I'd be. I'd be up there with a nice pair of binoculars attached to the window. Just sit there looking through them in the morning.
Oh, Joe, I'm really loving seeing these young lads out in the pitch together.
Yeah.
It's really good to see.
This is what the FA Cup's about. Like, people say to me about, like, it's only Marine, how can you look forward to that? But it's more so seeing the fringe players, what they can offer. Seeing the youngsters, this is what I love. This is what the FA Cup's about. It's about seeing the youngsters. It's about seeing what you have coming through and trying to make a judgment on them, whether you think they're going to be good enough and stuff like that. You know what I mean? This is why I love the FA Cup. I spelled that helped. We've won it 8 times as well.
Yeah, that would put it in your give it a soft spot. But, like, you see the upsets. You see, like, Chorley beating Derby yesterday. You see Crawley beating Leeds today. But this is the kind of the part of it that maybe gets overlooked a bit. The young players, like Alfie Devine scoring for Tottenham.
Yeah,
that's huge. Like, last year he was in Wigan's youth academy, and now he's signed as a 15-year-old in the summer. And look at him now. Like, our youngest ever scorer. It's not something you see happen often in the game anymore, because, like, you see these young players, any chance they have. Jack Clark cutting in. Can he get in the score sheet? Oh, it's blocked at the back post. Reglan takes it.
Let him strike it.
Clark's just getting a bit greedy there. He's even given it. But, like, when there are players like White, Clark, who could come through to the team, you just buy bigger players now. And it's so difficult for young players to make it at teams like this. And the FA Cup gives them a chance to go out and show what they can do. And again, that chance has been taken by these young players today. And
the thing is as well, Matty, like, so, like, look, if Mourinho does have no use for Harvey White and Alfie Devine this year, we can clearly see they are going to be good enough. We know that. But, like, what it does, it gives them exposure. And then other teams lower down the divisions can look at them and say, yeah, look, let's bring them in. Let's bring them in. Like, there's no question about them not getting stuck in, because they've been getting stuck in here today. So, like, let's bring them in. Let's give them a loan spell. You know what I mean? It's good. It's good exposure for these guys as well, who maybe want first team football. Because, look, I'm a firm believer. Like, you can play in the under-23s all you want, but it's first team football is where you get the experience. Even if you have to go down lower leagues, it'll still build you up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
as Reglan tries to come in here, that'll go for a goal kick. James saying, Poch is my fave manager, but I think in order to compete for the Premier League and attract top talent, we had to get Mourinho. Which that's the difference between being a big team and being a winning team. I think Daniel Levy realised that. Jimmy saying Mourinho gives Cade and Son the confidence to unlock their full potential that they didn't have with Poch. They are hardworking and they trust their manager. It's a match made in football heaven. It absolutely is. And Jimmy, I think this channel and you is a match made in football heaven as well. Thanks again for the support.
Yeah. I love it, Matty. Yeah, 100% it is. Love it.
Just showing back the goals here again. Carlos Vinicius getting the first 2. Oh, showing back his 3. Oh, look at this for a finish. What a strike.
And he used to be a centre-back. What a finish. You wouldn't see a centre-back finish like that.
You see him trying to hold back the smile there as he's celebrating it. 4 shots, 3 goals. Unreal.
And he even there quickly, he looks frustrated. He wants more of the ball. He wants more goals. BBC just showed him there, and he's saying to them, "Give it to me, get it up to me." So he looks hungry.
I think Jiminy might have just done his best thing today. Arsenal for Life goes, congratulations for beating a team of part-timers, and Jiminy goes, congratulations for being bitter. I love it.
Yeah, look, all I can say is to Arsenal for Life. Look, I know you have nothing else better to be doing, because look, Arsenal aren't great this season. We all know that you're having a poor season. So look, I don't blame you. You're obviously also watching Tottenham v Marine, so you can't have a go at us if you're sitting here tuning in as well. I'm sure AFTV have a few shows on there that you can watch instead of being here. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is at the end of the day, and you can only beat what's in front of you. So I'm delighted. So I don't care. Anyone who Tottenham play, even if it's pre-season, I sit there and watch it. I still celebrate. I don't care. I love this club.
I love this club too. It's a pretty special club.
Do you know what I mean? It's not a club that you grow up and first straight away you're like, yeah, I want to support Tottenham. You know what I mean? There has to be some reason why you fall in love with Tottenham to support Tottenham.
Yeah. Oh, it's look, like non-Spurs fans are going to look at this as, oh, Spurs beat Marine, fair enough. But today's a lot more than that. It is great day for the young lads. I don't keep saying it, but it is true. And look, we're probably not going to see them play again anytime soon. Maybe not even this season, but it doesn't matter. This is it's an experience for them. It's getting them in the first team. It's improving their confidence, and it's
100%. Like the thing is with Harvey Devine, he's probably going to go back to a box room in his bedroom, in his parents' bed, in his parents' house, and he's just going to be sitting there thinking, "I just scored for Tottenham's first team today." Honestly, do you know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like, and this is the magic of these games. Like, yeah, look, it's only Marine, but like for Alfie Devine, it's a moment of a lifetime for him. Honestly, like you can tell, like, he's 16, he still lives at home, so he's just going home, lying in the bed, looking at the ceiling tonight, being like, can't believe what he's done today. Same as Harvey White, he's going to be delighted. I put in a very good performance here today, and everything else. I got stuck in. I was good on the ball. The Irish kid is calling me Dynamite White. It's a great day.
This is all. When they go home, they're going back into that box room. They're watching the replay of this live stream to see if we enjoy the performance or not. But Connor saying you should sign Gary Medina. I'd say the only partnership better than Kane and Son is Medina and Yates. If you know, you know. Eunice saying Arsenal fans should be thankful for an exciting performance on a football pitch today, unlike their dead abysmal game yesterday against Newcastle. Hope you enjoyed the performance. Sensational.
I love it. Do you know what? This is what I love about football as well. It's the banter we can all have with each other, even opposition teams, fans, everything else. It's the banter you can all have with each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I love it. I love it. To me, it's just water off duck's back, no matter what they say. I just love having a laugh.
And look, Arsenal for life, for someone who's in here, it actually does support the channel very well. And when you need to put in sensible comments, Arsenal for life is always there, and it actually does appreciate what Spurs are doing at times. Vinicius, can he get his fourth? He's put it wide. Jesus. He's put it wide.
Why didn't he pass it to the young Clarkey there?
Oh, true. Oh, poor Clark. 2 opportunities to get in the score sheet taken off him.
Oh,
let's see here again. It's Alfie Devine coming in through the right hand side. Kind of scuffs the pass.
Look, all he had to do was lay it off to Clark.
Clark is
he should have laid it off.
Oh, getting a bit greedy.
Jimmy saying, blame him after his third goal. You know what I mean? I'd be literally thinking like going overhead for 40 yards.
Jimmy saying, I love this club as well. No one can tell us anything about what we choose to celebrate, because we will celebrate every goal and win that Spurs get or every goal and win that Spurs get with all the passion in our hearts. And that's what makes us the best fans in the world. We raised £230,000 from Marine, then we have a great laugh watching our team win. It's outstanding. And there is the full-time whistle.
Come on!
It's all over. Tottenham win. My score prediction, can I just say, was 5-0. I said 5-0.
No. Fair play, Matty.
Should have put money on it, but I didn't. Full-time 5-0. Vinicius with the hat-trick, Lucas with the free kick, and young Alfie Devine becoming Tottenham's youngest ever goal scorer with a good finish 50 minutes into his appearance. David, it's the perfect day for Spurs, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. Look, we wanted Vinicius to score a couple of goals. He got a hat-trick. Even Lucas, we wanted better end product from Lucas. We got that. And we wanted to see youngsters. We got that. Harvey White was, I thought, superb today. Alfie Devine, superb when he came on and got his goal. This is what the FA Cup is all about. We're in the 4th round. The hunt for 9 is on. Come on, you Spurs.
Exactly. Simple as that. Job done. We're in the hat for the 4th round draw. Fingers crossed we get Chorley. But we'll have to wait and see who you end up against. David, before we go, man of the match?
Look, if Ali didn't come on, I really want to give it to Ali. I really do. But look, Vinicius got the goals at the end of the day. Clinical finishing. The first one, he rounded the keeper. The second one, he was there for the tap-in. A good positional play. And then, the last one was just a touch of class. So I'm going to give it to Vinicius. Fair play to him.
Yeah, look, I think Vinicius probably deserves it as well. But just so we're not giving the same answer, I'll go with Dele Alli. Influential performance. Probably the reason we won that game so comfortably. We had such a comfortable second half because of how influential he was in that first half, creating things from nothing. Look, people make the joke saying, he's found his level now. And actually, do you know what? Most touches on the pitch today was Jedson Fernandez. 115 touches. Second.
Yeah, but what did he really do with them? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, nothing. He was terrible when he got on it. But look, there's not too much to talk about there. I know, David, you're heading over to the We Are Tottenham TV fan show. I'll be joining you there as well. Let me just get a quick look at the numbers for this stream today. Subscribers, we have gone up to, this takes so long to load. We're about 4,859 subscribers, so about 55 gained from this stream today. 171 likes. We've had 4 new members and over 9,000 people joining us today. Absolutely crazy numbers. Absolutely everyone, especially Jiminy and all our new members, all our super chats. Thank you very much to everyone. Head over to the Irish Shid. Make sure you go over and subscribe there. Let's see if we can get him to 700 subscribers. Link for his channel will be down in the description below. He definitely deserves that 700. He deserves 7,000, but for now, let's get him to the 700, and we'll go from there. David, if any final words? You're at 708 now.
Jesus, so I was at 9.5 coming into this, so I've already gained 12 off this. Do you know what I mean? So I'm absolutely delighted. Big up, everybody. Thank you very much. No, the only thing I want to say, Matty, is in Jose we trust. Come on, you Spurs. Oh, sorry, actually, how rude of me. To everyone watching, everyone that tuned in, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And you're showing me much love here on Matt Hayes' channel. I love it. Also, if you want to see more of me, get over to the Irish Shade, like Matty said. Subscribe. Big up Jiminy as well today with all the super chats, all the new members. Look forward to speaking to you on the next watch along. In Jose we trust. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah, just David said everything I could say there. Thanks everyone who has watched. Thanks for the super chats, new members, and look again. I have to say thank you so much, Jiminy, for all the super chats today. If you want more content like this, smash that subscribe button down below. And if you want an inside scoop on Tottenham's transfers, make sure to head over to my channel right now and check out the interview I did with Fabrizio Romano earlier in the week. It's as simple as that. Like if you haven't already. We didn't get to 200, but we got to about 170. So thank you to everyone who did like. Spurs through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Next up, hopefully, is Aston Villa. I'll have a podcast tomorrow night with for the Love of Paul McGrath podcast here on the channel. It's going to be an interesting one, chatting Spurs against Villa and that one. To everyone who has joined us over the last 3 or so hours, thanks so much for watching.